Finn Balor's out. There's been rumors that he might have COVID, but, you know, don't want to. With a little pyro involved with it. Dan right now is doing something in the other room. As I said, he'll be here in just a minute. So for now, it's me. You guys can talk in the chat. I can't see the chat from here since tonight it's just me and Dan. So anything you guys say to us, we're not going to be able to see. But all the other descriptions about us or any questions you may have about Boston Wrestling, MWF, anything is going to be under the video in the description. But you guys can chat along in the live premiere chat to the right of the video, which is about right here a little bit. See what we got going right now. We got the opening music with some pyro. What do you guys think of the War Games match? I like the concept of it. I just don't like that they do it at the same time every year with kind of the same build, especially when Undisputed Era are the same 4 guys in the match the past 3 years, 4 years. But I think the card tonight is solid. I don't think it's that great, but I think it could potentially, you know, be good. What do you guys think about tonight in the match card? Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee's team, the Kings of NXT, as they like to say. We got an NXT North American Championship match. Leon Ruff defending his title against Johnny Gargano and Damian Priest. We also have a strap match between Dexter, Loomis, and Cameron Grimes. We also have Tommaso Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher. We also have a women's NXT War Games match, which I think will kick off the show. I'm not 100%. Team Blackheart versus Team Larai. War Games used to be a WCW thing. Then WWE, of course, you know, bought everything from them. So now they own it. And it's been an NXT thing since about 2017, I believe. This is one of the matches I would love to see live. For the rules of it, 2 people start, and they kind of just beat the shit out of each other, and then one by one every, I believe, 5 minutes. I don't know. Sometimes they like to change their timing of it, but I believe it's every 3, maybe 5 minutes. A new person comes out and joins the fray, and then from there, everybody just keeps coming until it's 4-on-4, and then first pinfall wins. So there are no pinfalls until everybody's in the match, but I'm sure they'll announce it tonight. They are in the Capitol Wrestling Center. I know there were some rumors they might be doing it at the Thunderdome. It's a hell of a structure, I'll tell you that, as right now we got Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett, the commentary team for NXT, standing next to the ring. I like this open. Gives it a little 80s and 90s feel. They do have fans there, NXT. They have a handful of live fans there. I believe it's very limited. There's testing. You have to wear masks, so everybody's safe. Let's see what they announce as the opening match. I said it would be the women, but maybe they'll do the men, which I don't think they would do, but I like the little siren that they do with it. Here we go. I'm waiting for them to hit some music. I believe they're just talking right now. And here are the rules. Oh, holy shit. These are, I explained it much easier than this. They listed, it's a whole paragraph here of the rules. I put it in lamest terms. I think they kind of worded too much there. After every 5 minutes, that's what I thought. And it is going to be the women's War Games match kicking off. You guys can leave your predictions on the side in the chat of who you think is going to win. Team Blackheart or Team Larai? Here comes Toni Storm. This is going to be the heel team. Toni Storm recently returning to NXT. She's got a little, not little, but she's got a hat on. Looks like a cop hat. And here come her partners, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. What is she wearing there? She looks like she's got a jersey. It says Dakota on it. On the back of it, it says Cat. She's not the captain, though. I don't know. Here comes Candice. I think this match it'll be good. Who I have winning, I don't know. These War Games matches, they get a little tough. I don't know. Some of these matches tonight, I'm kind of torn on. The good thing with NXT, though, is it's more unpredictable than the main roster. The main roster, it's kind of a little predictable with, who's going to win and stuff like that. And here we go. Dakota Kai, she's going to start the match for her team. And she'll await who's going to start for Team Blackheart. You guys can talk in the chat tonight right now. I'm by myself. If you didn't hear earlier, Dan's going to be here in a little bit. He's doing some stuff in the front right now, but I'll be joined by him in a little bit. He'll give some insight on tonight. And leading up to this pay-per-view, we do the NXT recaps and reviews weekly. So if you guys want to go back and you can watch or listen to us break down the past weeks of NXT and how we got here, good, because some people don't watch it weekly. So that's why we like doing those review and recap shows to help people out who don't have time or really don't want to watch the shows. They just, they watch about 40 minutes of us recapping it. We go a little in depth. We give our views and stuff like that. And it's a fun time. And we do that for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW. Oh, shit. Here we go. Ember Moon came out. Now we have Rhea Ripley coming out, one of my favorites in the women's division. We can't have the TV turned up too much because of copywriting and trademarks and all that stuff. So we don't want to get into that trouble. Tell you, this set looks cool. I love NXT changing up sets, for special events and stuff like that. They used to do that on the main roster, but they don't anymore. Here comes Io Shirai, NXT Women's Champion right now. The title's not on the line, so she doesn't have to worry about her defending. She'll just fight for her team. And the last person coming out here, the captain of their team, Shotzi Blackheart. Someone who, ever since she came to NXT, has just been at the top for them. She's been in a lot of big matches. She was built almost instantly since she was signed. You usually don't see that with NXT. You usually see people go to the Performance Center and train a little bit. She just kind of just went right to the top in the women's division. Here she comes on her tank. It's a little bigger. It says TCB in front, which usually means taking care of business. Looks like she's going to take care of business tonight at NXT War Games. I tell you, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say Team LeRae wins. I'm going to say the heel team wins. I don't know, because I think the faces are going to win tonight in Undisputed Era. I know, like, a little prediction there early, but I think it'll be a fun show tonight. I don't think it'll be as great as the other takeovers in the past have been the past couple of years, but I think it'll still be a fun night. I wish I could interact with you guys and stuff like that, but limited tonight to the past couple nights. So see who's going to start here as they do their little poses on stage. Who's going to join Dakota Kai? Is it going to be Ember Moon? Is it going to be Shotzi Blackheart, Io Shirai, or Rhea Ripley? Who is it going to be of the four? I don't know if we've gotten there yet. Who's starting, ladies? All right, it looks like Shotzi Blackheart is... Oh. Ember Moon holds her back and says she's got it. Whoa. So Ember Moon's going to start. Shotzi Blackheart said to her team, I got it. But then Ember Moon said, hold up. I'll take it. Ember Moon also recently returned to NXT. She was on NXT, got called up to the main roster, was on Raw, and then went to SmackDown, and kind of was in a flux a little bit. And then she had an injury. I believe it was an Achilles tear. She was out, and then she made a return to NXT. So she went from NXT to the main roster, then back to NXT. she's only been back in NXT for a few months, so she hasn't done too much to kind of reflect on, but so far, okay. Obviously not what she once was. She's been out for a year, so that's a long time away to get back in shape, especially back in the ring and physically and stuff. It takes a little while to get back in that groove. The Capitol Wrestling Center tonight. What do you guys think of the Capitol Wrestling Center? Do you think it should just be called the Performance Center? What do you think of the old name, going back to what WWE used to be called? I mean, I think it's a cool name, but I would keep it I would have just kept it the Performance Center, or even something different. Just, you know, here we go. These two starting in the ring. I think they have too many. Whoa, that was nice. I think they have too many lights on right now. I don't know if it's because the venue's a little smaller and it's not that big and there's not too many fans there, but whoa. They got a lot of lights on for this match, I tell you. We might have a lot of lights on here in the studio, but they have just lights all around the ring that are really bright. Oof. I would love to have interactions with you guys right now, but I can't see. I got to wait till Dan comes back and fires up the laptop or the phone or whatever so we could see what you guys are asking or saying or talking about. Or here we go. What did you guys think of the past couple nights with Savio Vega on Friday and the Nasty Boys last night? It's been a long weekend. We've been going since Friday morning. This kind of caps our weekend for now until we get right back into it next Friday, or I should say this Friday, since it's Sunday today. We got about a little bit less than 3 minutes until the next competitor comes in. It's a little difficult without Dan being here, but NXT women's division is just, it's so deep right now with how many women they have. I mean, you have 8 women in this match, and how many more sitting in the back right now? I mean, it's crazy. They have at least a dozen women right now in NXT that are solid wrestlers, and you look at the main roster, and it's just, I don't even think you have 8 to do this match. I mean, you have more than 8 women, but to put on a good match, it'd be tough. It's crazy what these matches do to your body. I mean, especially if you start this match, you're going at least 20 minutes, and it's not a regular match, I'll tell you that. You got the cage, both rings. That gets a little crazy with the moves they do in between the ring, because they have a metal strip there that keeps the rings together. So watch along. I would ask how many of you guys are actually watching it on the WWE Network right now. But I know some people, they like to watch with us, but not watch the pay-per-view itself, but kind of just look on with us and kind of get the information from us rather than, watching along. Nice super kick there from Ember Moon. Dakota Kai tries to sneak over to the other ring. Uh-oh. Intersected. Pump kick right to the side of the head. So they got Beth Phoenix. Well, she's not there really. She's still home with Edge as he recovers from his torn triceps. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Maybe he'll do another return at the Royal Rumble. He'll be the first person ever do it 2 years in a row. I wouldn't do that for that purpose alone, but maybe the night after. But I think it'd be overkill having him return yet again at the Rumble. Here we go. The next competitor is coming out for Team Blackheart. Shotzi Blackheart will be coming out to help out her teammate, Ember Moon. Oh, she's going to bring some... she's got a toolbox and a crowbar. Oh, boy. Well, looks like she's going to fix something in the ring. I like when they do that, when they bring the weapons in. I think the thing that I like that they did, the execution was awful and the show itself was awful, but the idea was good, was that Extreme Rules Elimination Chamber ECW did in 2006. I thought it was a good idea, but just the execution wasn't there. And that show was one of the worst pay-per-views of all time. December to Dismember, whatever it was called. That's how forgettable it was. Again, it was around Christmas time. Here we go. Bang. Tell you, Shotzi, she's improved. Just ever since she got to WWE. At first, she was kind of all over the place, but she's tamed herself in what she's done. She did something. She poofed up her green hair. In her gear. I like when they do the special ring gear for the special occasions. It makes it feel more special to them. Well, even back in the day, they did that.
To make it feel a little more special.
Yeah, even the Nasty Boys said it last night too about their ring gear. They would do it for special occasions. It would look different. Yeah.
Wrestling fans, a pleasure to be joining you here as I'm trying to do all the.
Well, who was speaking first of all?
Nitty gritty, where we don't have Howard, Cecil, and Rick Garrison, and Walter Hillside, and even the individual known as Glance.
Who's been missing in action?
Missing in action for a while.
6 months almost.
We're worried about polluting the milk carton, so to speak. They put a missing picture of him on the side of it. It was on that by it. I'm trying to do a little feature, double feature here on whatever the hell this is. They're opening with the female women. You talking to me?
Yeah, the laptop almost fell. Yeah.
Well, Sarge Russo, looks like this is a tremendous. Did they announce where this match was coming from?
It's the Capitol Wrestling Center. But remember that picture I showed you before and there were seats in the background? I wonder if on the camera side there's like literal seats. Because remember when they did they remodeled the Performance Center a couple months ago? I'm wondering if they put seats in because the picture.
You're wondering, but you're not sure.
I'm not sure because the picture earlier. Oh boy, pull up your pants.
Who's in there right now?
Ember Moon, Dakota Kai, and Shotzi Blackheart. As in about 10 seconds, we're going to get another competitor from Team LeRae. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Raquel. Next in for Team LeRae, it's going to be Raquel Gonzalez, and you can almost guarantee the next person for Team Blackheart is going to be Rhea Ripley with
I believe you said the baby faces have the advantage in this match.
Baby faces have the advantage, but I picked the heels to win. As I said earlier.
I just think it makes sense for Pat McAfee's group to have the credibility of getting the big win tonight. And why have two heel sides win more games?
The Patriots are beating the Chargers 45-0.
Well, good. I know that's not exactly what you want.
I want them to lose, but not that bad.
Why do you want them to lose?
You get a better draft pick. We're out of the playoffs. Why win useless games?
Now, the Patriots, I believe, go to 500 if they win tonight, do they not?
Yeah.
Well, this is something to look forward to for me. When did they play? This afternoon? My brain is certainly not on football right now. When was the Patriots game? Well, don't tell me. It's a secret.
Oh, let me change the. Let me know when you're ready, because I got to do what Marty Jannetty calls a flow max.
I'm going to see if I can get
Oh,
the
Jesus.
Wi-Fi through my phone.
Well, that one didn't look as good as the first one, but
see if I can communicate with you guys on YouTube through the old Marty cell phone. So I'm trying to do that off camera to at least set it up before Matt takes a short vacation from the watch line here. I don't know why he'd want to miss 4 games. Brings me back to old 1987 or so. The Horsemen and Dusty Rhodes, the Road Warriors.
I said before, look, they have a lot of lights on for this match. Like above the ring, you know.
You gotta be able to see what you're doing, I guess.
It's just, it's a lot of lights on. I don't know if it's because it's a small venue and you have
A lot of people.
I don't know, but
A lot of tabs open on my cell phone thanks to Andronovitz and your other buddy there. Man that you banished from this studio.
who?
Man that you forced into over instead of the old WFAN.
Well, that was for good purpose, but
A hellacious weekend, nonetheless.
yeah.
Nasty, if you will.
I'll tell you, it was as nasty as you can get.
But as nasty as I've seen you get, that's for sure.
I don't get angry a lot, but yesterday was something. It was one of the.
It was like a day with one sock.
Today was the day with one sock.
Literally, yeah.
Literally, I only packed one sock for today. Well, the other days I had two, but today for some reason.
Do you get a Wi-Fi signal on your phone?
I don't need a Wi-Fi signal for in here.
What do you mean you don't?
I just turn off Wi-Fi and I go off of just cellular. Turn off the Wi-Fi and just go off your regular phone's cellular.
But isn't that why it cost me $3 million last time?
That's going off your laptop. That's paying for internet. You don't have to pay for internet unless you have like data restrictions.
So I should just shut off Wi-Fi altogether. Is what you're telling me. Is that what you're telling me?
Just shut off the Wi-Fi and you just go off the LTE unless you have some data restrictions or something. But
you can go to a little boy's room.
well,
Leave yourself.
good thing it wasn't yesterday, right?
Well, yeah,
And Rhea Ripley was the next person in, as I said, because whenever Raquel Gonzalez was going to go in, you knew Rhea Ripley would be next. I like her hair for tonight.
yeah, it's great.
She might be my favorite women's wrestler in WWE.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I tend to enjoy her too.
Rhea Ripley.
You like Rhea?
You don't like her?
I tend to agree with what you just said.
I think she's the most believable, badass woman that they have. She's one of the few that look like she could probably beat up some of the men that are in WWE, you know?
That superstar Drake Maverick.
Well,
Unless I typed it in.
she's got a sledgehammer. She hit her in the midsection with it. I don't know if that's real, but that's got to be gimmick. But is that duct tape? What is that? Oh, it's her belt.
Yeah, here we go.
She's giving her those headbutts. Those are, oh, Jesus. I'll tell you, you might say whatever about the women, but this match has been good so far. I even said, when we opened, I said the card doesn't look great, but I think it has the potential to be a fun night, especially without the NXT champion.
Oh, it's going to be a blast.
No, I'm being serious, but
And I'm not. All right, wrestling fans, I think we have the live chat working on my small cell phone. I'm going to zoom out so I can enter, and Nat can take a little respite from his nasty bladder, so to speak.
all right.
Why don't you just
No, I thought about it right when I got up.
like you were leaving?
No, I thought about it right when I was about to get up. I was like, wait, no one's going to be on camera, but
We can't do that. We're professionals here. We're going to put this out just for just for Matt. We're going to put that out. He's a big fan.
All right.
All right, wrestling fans, let Mr. Matt use the bathroom. I really have no idea what's going on in this match, but I'll try and watch along with you.
It's War Games, by the way. Mhm.
And Io is still trying to get in the ring with that ladder. I think that, to me, call me old school, but I think it overdoes it a little bit. You know, War Games itself, do you really need all these weapons? I can see maybe a couple, but I mean, how many ladders and kendo sticks and tables and...
Your mic was never on, Dan.
I never turned it on?
No, you turned up the wrong mic.
Oh, well...
People were saying, I guess Dan's talking to himself. So
Well, you guys missed some great conversation then. As usual in life, the only person that wants to hear me talk is myself. But we're back. Or I'm starting, I guess, and you're back. How did I miss that? All right, let's try and catch up with the fans on YouTube. I tried to ask you guys, do you have a favorite War Games match, whether it be an NXT version, an NWA, or a WCW version? Always interested in your thoughts. I was also saying that it feels like there's just way too many weapons involved in what we're seeing right now. How many ladders, tables, chairs, kendo sticks do you need in a War Games match itself? War Games used to be the gimmick in the gimmick match. How many more do you actually need? But again, one man's opinion. We're all entitled to them. Brian Duffy, how are you, buddy? Brian Long, how are you? I'm trying to catch up with all of this. Julian Arness, is Socks trying to signal at something with those pants? Are you trying to signal at something? I don't know what the signal would be.
I tried to wear a Christmas color.
But see, fans, I tried to tell him earlier, what he has on is not a Christmas color.
Yeah, but
Easter maybe, if he was going down to Miami
but that's why
Beach.
I said close to Christmas.
Close to Christmas.
Close to Christmas. Yeah, but Christmas isn't a dark red. A dark red is for like fall or Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I know. Bright pink is the perfect color for Christmas, or salmon, as you like to call it.
But it's like a bright red, and that's if you see lights, in front of the house.
You keep going, so I have to. You guys, do you think that is any form of red that he has on right now?
It's going to look different on camera, though.
That'd be like saying
shades on camera are different.
That'd be like saying my pants are green that I have on right now.
Come on.
Julian Arness, Dan, it's pink. Brian Long says he has heel manager pants. I kind of like that. Does anything about his pants remind you of Christmas? PK says it's salmon. Julian,
because it matches my shirt too. That's why.
Yeah.
I matched them.
Well, I mean, like I said, if this was WrestleMania and we were getting ready for Easter, it might be a good combination. And you have that fine Vineyard Vine
everything is Vineyard Vine
sweater on.
The button up, the sweater, the belt, the pants.
Even the belt.
Even the belt.
Very classy.
See, look at the whale.
Very classy.
Look at the whale.
I'm enjoying staring at your crotch in the middle of War Games.
Well, you're the one that made it weird, so.
Well, the crotch part wasn't mine, but.
Oh, that's Indy Hartwell.
Yeah, another one of my favorites.
Brian
Duffy misses the roof in War Games. Brian, did Choo Choo Charlie have a favorite War Games match from yesteryear? This is very difficult for me to do through the phone, but you wouldn't believe how expensive it was to try and do a watch along through the laptop that couldn't be hardwired because of the data that applies. The studio is kind of soundproof, almost life-proof. Like the TV, the computer, we're watching the TV. Can you explain what I'm trying to think?
So the TV/computer that we have that we watch it on is not, it's a TV that works as a TV, but it's also hooked up as a computer.
Yeah.
So right now we have it like as a computer screen. So we're on the WWE network.
Tina's here.
What about Maria Davis? I haven't seen her.
Oh, look at Julian. Julian was a little stiff. That jabroni Gabe botched everything with the Nasty Boys. What did he do? Howard's not here tonight, guys. It's just us. This is a small operation tonight.
I said that at the top of the show.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I said it's just me and you.
We're the only two people in this building, I hope.
You made sure the door was locked?
I did not check, but I may have to get up. Maria is on here. Where is Maria? James Burns said Maria is on here.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
is Glantz in there? Oh,
well,
she's taking Glantz's gimmick.
Oscar the Glantz.
Is she taking his gimmick?
I don't know, guys. Do you like all the weapons in this War Games cage match? I don't. I think the cage should be the cage.
I said an idea instead of people bringing them in. is just already having weapons in there an idea?
Julian, I was familiar with the question you asked. I was kind of interested to see how they responded, if that makes any sense. The Nasty Boys were an experience. I'm going to tell you this. If you guys are on, whoever's on the Patreon, once the toy drive is over, you're going to get a behind. Not everybody's going to get. Because my mind, my eyes, my mouth, my ears are breathing fire.
You're like a dragon.
Not to be confused with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, but
Well,
nonetheless. Well, thank you for the compliment, Brian. He says we do a better job at the watch-alongs than the WWE one that they do on YouTube. I don't know why WWE would promote their own watch-along when they should be trying to sell the quote-unquote big event pay-per-view, whatever you want to describe.
Well, the one
it
that
as.
they do is free, so I guess.
Yeah. Well, so is ours. But
No,
I'm teasing. No, but what I'm saying is I wouldn't want to be presenting something for free when I'd want them to be paying $9.99 for the network.
They don't really promote it. They
just do it.
They just do it.
Yeah.
But then what they'll do is they'll tweet it out like the link every once in a while throughout the night, but they don't like.
It was like John Cena Sr. and Margot Ouellette. It just kind of happened. For you fans of Ms. and Mrs., you probably are familiar with Margot or Marjo. Hell of an athlete right there. Could be it. In this mayhem, no.
Oh, and they all.
7 girls broke that one up to make
Did you see
sure.
what they did?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Hey, whoa, hey. Hit the pause button. The super fan of super fans is here from Northern Maine. We're not talking about Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. We're talking about the man with the new home, Slick Rick B. Slick Rick, welcome to the watch along, brother. I don't know if you have TakeOver on, but if you do, I hope you're enjoying it. It's nice to have Tina here. It's nice to see some of these new faces. Julian, I know, has been around a lot lately. My longtime friend Brian Duffy has been here a lot lately. Maria Davis is officially here.
She is?
Maria. You remind me of a West Side Story. Now, Maria, I'm going to tell you a true story. I don't remember if it was with Savio Vega or the Nasty Boys this weekend, but they tried to pry the song out of me. I said, I will only do it live when Maria is with us. I will not do it on a pre-tape program. I refuse to. This is a first-class woman.
What did I ask you to do on the watch?
I have no idea.
Earlier, and you said, Drew McIntyre theme.
That too. Reginald Penn, welcome to the chat.
You said the only other way you do it is if you get enough super chats, but.
Well, you know what, wrestling fans? Yes, the super chat button is open if you want to tip the bartender or maybe get a drink for this guy. It's been a long weekend. I think we taped literally between Savio, Jerry, Brian, the 2 live autograph signings.
Tonight.
We did a watch along for you guys that'll air on Saturday, December the 19th to promote TLC 2020. We did a watch along at TLC 2009. Plus this, you're talking almost 30 hours worth of recording over 3 days. This is a man that is tired. This is a man that deserves a beverage. This is a man that had to try to get the Nasty Boys into WFAN, which could have been a reality show in and of itself, dude. Dude. Tina, you're exactly right. Maria has been missed. Maria and I have had some personal conversations on Facebook, but we won't go there here in the watch-along. This match probably could be tossed in the trash can, but I know
Jesus. She can't even get the trash can off of her.
Looks like knobs fell on it or something.
Jesus Christ.
Fans, I got to get the cheap plugs in. The Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. I tried to mention to you when I was silent, when I was doing the old Charlie Chaplin routine. It has been a disappointment thus far. I hate to say it. But the good news is VIP packages are still available. We still have guests coming live next weekend. We have autograph photos available of all the guests that have been here. We're going to have a mega raffle coming up where fans from anywhere in the world can win a tremendous jackpot of prizes. For information on that, head on over to bostonwrestling.com. It's important to us to honor Paul Bearer's memory. And for the 9th time now, we're doing something great to update Santa Claus's GPS to make sure that he finds every kid's home this Christmas. No kid should have to go without having something nice to open on Christmas Day. I know it's not the cure to cancer, what we're trying to do, but it has always meant something to us. In 2012, Paul Bearer, myself, and John Cena Sr. started this endeavor, and we want to keep it going. I got to tell you the truth. As of this moment, I don't ever want to do it again. It has been a long month plus, and it's nowhere near over, but we do it to honor him, and we do it for a lot of great kids out there.
Ooh.
Who cares about my life? Just ask Linda.
Ooh. I'll tell you.
I tell you.
This match is good. I remember I said at the beginning, I said this match is going to be fun.
Tina, listen to this. Super chat from my dear, longtime, close personal friend, Tania, Smokey, sometimes incorrectly called Stony. Ooh. Thank you very much.
Another one of my Instagram
She said,
friends.
You did a great job yesterday with 2 men that he hated. I'm going to be honest.
That's one way to put it.
He hated the Nasty Boys. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stories with the Nasty Boys, but this gentleman
I might have to do that episode with
did not like the Nasty Boys. You know what? Maybe we will. I'm not opposed to that.
Podcast style or?
Maybe we could do it before TLC, but probably before TLC, we'll probably do some kind of a Royal Rumble watch along, I would guess. So maybe podcast style. We'll see. To be determined. Maybe we'll make that one just exclusive for the VIP.
I know you guys always talk about wrestlers having books. I think I can write a book on just yesterday. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
The day that a book is going to come, I don't think I could fill a chapter about the Nasty Boys, but I certainly could fill part of a chapter. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Oh my God. I sounded like Cupcake's husband there for a minute. Well, I got to tell you, this War Games match really isn't holding my attention, folks. What about you? I can't tell how many, 31 folks watching right now. Let me ask you this. Hit the share button. Let your friends and fellow wrestling fans know we're having a fun little watch along here, because that's what it's like. Pay-per-view parties, things like that are kind of discouraged right now because of coronavirus. We're hanging out here at MWF Studios, downtown Melrose, Massachusetts, in the zip code of Champions, 02176, and it's almost kind of like you're here with us. It's kind of fun. And again, I can't wait for you to see all the great content we have coming your way with all of the great guests we've had. We did get a little bad news, and that if we were telling you that we were going to have a Tony Atlas Cyber Christmas party tonight, Tony had run into some transportation issues, but Tony will be back in studio live before the end of 2020. Senton onto the chair, it looked like. Is that what it was? Or?
Senton, yes. From the top of the ladder.
Hellacious. Got the referee.
I said before, I know you're going to make a comment or something, but Shotzi Blackheart has really improved since she came to NXT. And
is she the one with the green hair?
Mm-hmm.
I could see her getting over as a cult favorite on one of the main brands.
I mentioned that as well, because I was putting over our NXT review shows and our views and stuff like that.
We're going to be getting back to that on a regular basis, folks. We know the past couple of weeks has been nuts because of this toy drive and this fan fest, and my schedule in general. For the 3rd time in several months, I am supposed to be headed to the Sunshine State in regards to some business we're trying to get done for this great show and this great organization. Linda and baby Marty have been scheduled to join me for part of this trip, which you talk about the term hellacious, but I'm not even 100% sure if I'm going to go, but it has led to the need to do a lot of pre-production work so we don't miss any of the episodes while I'm out of Boston.
Are you going to book Mickey Mouse for the studio?
Well, we got enough clowns.
He's a mouse.
Ibzan, where is John Cena Sr.? John Cena Sr., the man with the Thunderdome of a different kind, is with us every Friday night after SmackDown at 10 p.m. You can catch up on past episodes on our YouTube channel. If you subscribe, over 2,000 great episodes, and there's a whole John Cena Senior Fabulous Fridays playlist on the front page if you want to catch up. Kevin's looking forward to seeing the Warlord come to the MWF studios this Friday night at 8 p.m. before John Cena Senior's Fabulous Fridays. Kevin, brother, if you're looking forward to it, tell a friend, tell a few friends, tell a few thousand friends, because that's what we continue to believe in, that there are millions of wrestling fans that have no idea what we do exists, but once they find us, much like you find folks, we think they're going to love it. Because the growth we've had year to year, if you look at the numbers we had last year of the fans that participate in what we do and simply watch, the growth has been amazing. If we could do the growth we had from 2019 to 2020, from 2020 to 2021, you're talking about a game changer, big time, with what we can do in this studio with these great legends to bring you guys more great content, to bring you more great virtual autograph signings. To me, it's always very simple. Instead of having a few folks, and we have some great fans that always contribute and help out, whether it be with Super Chat, Patreon, merchandise, things like that, we can't do it without you. But if everybody that participates could just do a little, not only would we be able to do more, but for those that we really rely on, the backbone of the programs, if you will, it makes it easier for them too, because those fine folks that give you the super chats, that buy the merchandise on eBay and on BostonWrestling.com, they are the ones that are able to make these programs happen. So we implore you to join the Patreon, to even if you can't afford anything financially, just simply share the links, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. All those things, I don't understand what algorithms are. If you offered me $1,000 right now, I couldn't explain that. But I know the more thumbs up we get, the more subscribers we have, and all that jazz, YouTube presents us to more and more wrestling fans. And like I said, once those fans find us, Mr. Christmas Pants, I think they will enjoy our programming. Do you agree?
Well, as Dan was talking, Team LeRae won. And as I said, who would take the pin in this match? NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai. And Raquel Gonzalez pinned her. I said earlier in the day to him that the ending of the match would be Io Shirai getting pinned, so the winner can then claim they pinned her and will get a future shot. Raquel Gonzalez then pinned Io Shirai. So the team of Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota Kai, Toni Storm, and Candice LeRae, they won. So I'm 1-0 in my prediction so far.
Well, I'm going to change my prediction for the main event then. I am going to say that
I think Undisputed Era is going to win.
The Undisputed Era will win. I thought to try and get the new heel faction over, the Pat McAfee team would win. But I tell you this, not to give the company a cheap plug, but to me, this is a Christmas color red as I look at it. Not those pants.
It's a bright color and it's somewhat red. I didn't know I had to plan outfits to your liking, but
no, I think it's a nice outfit. But when you tried to tell me that it was Christmas themed, I almost choked. I said, I really do need a new pair of glasses. I don't buy Christmas clothes. Well, WWE Shop has some great deals. Forget about WWE. They have enough cash in there. Hey, Finn Balor. WWE's got enough cash in the wallet, baby. Head on over to eBay in the description box below, or you can hit the link on BostonWrestling.com. We've got some awesome rare wrestling merchandise. Tons of NXT merchandise is being pushed on our Twitter tonight. If you follow us on Twitter, if you're one of the 53,000 plus at MWF Project X, check it out. Get some merch for yourself, a loved one, a complete stranger if you want to. Believe me, it helps us no matter who gets it. Now, let me catch up here on the, Julian said that's not a Christmas outfit. Well, hey!
It wasn't supposed to be a Christmas outfit.
But you presented it as one, brother.
No. You don't.
He's frustrated about these pants.
Because you don't listen. Earlier at the hotel, I told you it's red, so it's somewhat Christmas. I never put it together as a Christmas outfit. The only thing I planned was this matching this.
And you do a great job matching. You're very stylish.
But that's what I never said it's a Christmas outfit. The only thing you said was, oh, that's not a red. I said, but it's not supposed to be a red. The only thing I planned was this matching this. I never said it was a Christmas outfit.
I'm glad the Nasty Boys weren't here for this, or it really would have taken a
I
wrong
could care
turn.
less about them right now.
No, I don't know about that. Slick Rick B with the super chat, brother. Does the B in Rick B stand for brother? I call you brother so often. Well, you're a brother to us because you help the cause so much. There you have Vic, what's his name? Vic Joseph.
Yeah, Vic, that one.
Wade Barrett doing the commentary. And you have the other one doing it from her house. Apparently, she still can't return to work after all these months, as every other hardworking individual in WWE does. But Undisputed Era looks like they're ready for war, no pun intended. There's Pat McAfee and his crew.
This one doesn't even have the title undone.
It must such the what?
What?
What did that say on the back? It must such to suck? Or did I read
he said that on
it must suck to suck.
Remember he said that on NXT?
Yeah, I must have missed that.
At the end of the promo, he said it something about must suck to suck, and then it's great to be us or something like that. But next up, we have Tommaso Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher, a feud that's been going on for a few weeks of Ciampa interrupting Timothy Thatcher's teaching segments, I guess you could say. We could do predictions as we're getting into this matchup coming up next. I know earlier we talked about the match card. I have Tommaso Ciampa winning, even though I have a feeling that they might want to make a new star in Timothy Thatcher and beat an NXT great Tommaso Ciampa, I guess you could say, who's been in NXT for, feels like almost 10 years now. Who do you think's going to win?
This match right here, like I said, I think if you want to get a new guy over instantaneously, you have him get a pinfall victory on Tommaso. Timothy Thatcher, they've done a good job building up the past few weeks, but look at what they did with Tommaso and Karrion Kross at the NXT TakeOver in your house, which wasn't even 6 months ago. Would you have Tommaso go down losing clean again on a big show? I think it's too soon for it. So in my opinion, I would have Tommaso win. But I tell you this, fans, if you love Tommaso, if you love Karrion Kross, if you loved NXT TakeOver in your house, we have an autographed 11 by 14 poster from our friends at WWE. It's one of only 30, I believe. One of only 30. It's available in the eBay store now. It comes with an on-air thank you from Tony Atlas, a bonus autographed 8x10, and some goodies. Help our show out. Go get that poster now. It's the only one we have. And I'd actually like to keep it because Tommaso, former Boston Wrestling MWF TV champion.
And we got Cross and Scarlet over your right shoulder there.
And we got that one. Just about everything on this set is available for sale, including Matt's pants.
I mean, I have pants to wear home, so
all right,
if someone wants to super chat for the pants.
Now, what would the price be for the pants?
Auction style.
Auctions, or what would we start the auction at?
Well, the pants, I think were 70.
Yeah.
So
70, really?
Start at 70.
Fans, if you, for some reason, are the type that collects those types of things, you can have Matt Degnan's pants starting at $70. Send us the auction information. Let's hear. I wish we had Larry the Accenting with us. He was a great auctioneer. Some people enjoy those types of things. I don't know. If you want a pair of salmon pants mailed to you from beautiful Milford, Connecticut, tonight is the night. Treat yourself. You do with those pants after you have them is at your discretion. What size are the pants, in case someone wants to know?
Oh, I have no idea.
You don't even know your waist size.
But it runs different. Some pants fit different.
Oh, I don't know.
Like I like the slim fit, but
yeah,
certain places fit different.
Well, I'm going to guess they're smaller than mine, but no one has ever asked about my pants like that. But
not even Linda?
No. Linda only wanted what was in my pants, which was my wallet.
In the pocket.
In the pocket.
Oh, boy.
Who do you guys got on this one? As I try and catch up on the chat, try and watch Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso. Try and break Matt's balls so we can have a couple of laughs. He's too embarrassed to say his waist size.
I just have no idea.
So when you walk into a store, you just say, you know what, I like those
But
pants.
remember we were talking about
and you
that?
rip them off the rack and you don't look at the size?
I try them on.
But you just automatically know what size to look for.
No. What I'll
Because
do
I have to be very specific with mine.
because I'll look at whatever the pant sizes are in my closet before I get new ones. So what I'll do is, say these didn't fit me today or tomorrow or whatever.
Mhm.
I'd look at the size and I'd go,
Yeah.
okay, I have to go one bigger. You know what I mean?
What are the other sizes in your closet? Maybe
I don't remember.
you don't know this.
It's 38, 36. I don't know.
You have a waist that big?
I don't know what
I
it is.
think
I
you're
have
way
no
off.
idea. That's
You're
the
way
thing.
off. I'm a 40, and you're a lot smaller than me.
If you really want to know, I'll go to the bathroom and,
Well, if
and
you
check.
have to go again, I guess you can look. Brian Duffy predicts Tommaso Champa tonight.
Tommaso just returned a few months. Remember, he was gone for a little bit.
Yeah.
And he just came back. Thatcher. What matches has Thatcher won? You know what I mean? I know he lost that match against Finn Balor earlier in the year on TakeOver. I'm trying to think of what other matches he was in that were something that meant something and not some bullshit, NXT match on Wednesday night.
Slick Rick said, who doesn't know their pant size? I know mine, Rick. I don't know. I just know they're very big. I like the mat work in this matchup. I'll say that much. Tommaso is an excellent technician. Timothy Thatcher, of what little I've seen of him, I would put him in the same category. I don't know if you'd agree with that.
He's come a long way since he was in the tag team with Gargano, because they were kind of, you know what I mean? Like sometimes tag team partners kind of rely on each other and you don't know if they're going to do well on their own. And he went off on his own, and so did Gargano, and they made careers of their own. And that, especially after all Tommaso's injuries, he really, he had the knees, he had the neck. I believe he had a concussion at one time too. He's had a lot of problems.
Tommaso had a lot of injuries, even going back to when he wrestled for us on a regular basis from 06 through 13-ish.
He's, sometimes you see people with injuries and they kind of just walk away and they kind of just call it a career. But him, especially after a major knee injury and then the neck injury, which everybody thought he was going to be retired. Remember that when he hurt his neck and everyone thought he was going to be done with his career? And then he came back from that, and it was just after everything, he came back. And the thing with him is when he comes back from an injury, he looks even better. Sometimes when people come back after injury, they look worse. But for some reason, when he gets injured, it's like he goes to a new level. It's like, remember when John Cena would get injured and he'd come back and he'd be a new monster? That's almost like him. When Cena tore his pec and he came back at the Rumble, remember that run he had in 2000?
Yeah.
That was insane what he looked like. And then remember when he got injured in 2016 and he came back at WrestleMania? It's just some people, and Triple H too, he's another one. Remember when he tore his quads?
Oh, yeah.
And he came back?
He had a little help.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he
But
did. He
even
looked
in
good.
ring too, it's just some people, and they
The
get it.
Hulkster vitamins, exactly, Brian.
But even look at Big Show when he was getting his injuries, he just got worse and worse. I mean, look at his body too. I mean, he's a giant. But some people with injuries, they get worse. Some people with injuries, it gives them more motivation, and it's
get back better than ever. Tina, to answer your question, no, Linda would have no interest in watching any of these. She has attended a few of our live wrestling events over the years, and she detests those. She hates just about everything involved in wrestling, more so that baby Marty enjoys it so much. She hates the fact that the little guy has taken to the king of sports so much. Like, I don't know if you saw one of the episodes with Leo Rush, but the day Leo came to town, Linda wouldn't let him come down here and get a picture and an autograph from him. So where she was at work and he was doing cyber school, we swung by the house, he ran out, and he got his picture with Leo in his driveway. So he was always jealous that his older brother had Viking Raider Ivar, Warbeard Hansen, babysit him. He used to help me babysit his older brother before he was born. So now both of them can say they've had WWF stars at their home. Not to be confused with at your house, with Mr. USA Tony Atlas every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. We have another great episode this Tuesday where Tony actually defends WWE and Vince McMahon against Andrew Yang. It's quite the episode. Tony Atlas is a man whose residual check for the year amounted to $140, yet he is siding with McMahon and WWE in the battle with Yang. So it is worth, folks. It's a fun episode, and it's available. It's available now after NXT TakeOver at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you're going to help keep the Wrestling Legends working. I know you guys are going to love it once you join. We just got to get you to try, right?
I know people always push Patreons and stuff like that, but it's just,
I know. Why support our efforts?
I mean, I really don't need to because I'm either up there.
You're part of the family. You're part of the fabric, brother.
I mean, I see them before you even edit them.
You
so,
do.
I mean,
You live them.
I get the early access.
Look at that. James Byrne even recognizes the name Reno Chastain from Hot Dogs. Oh, someday we're going to have to put a picture of Reno Chastain on one of the episodes. Our good friend down in Palm Bay, Florida. Recovering from yet another hospitalization. Hopefully the same will not be said for these fine athletes.
It's a physical matchup. If any match tonight, well, other than the War Games, but
Catch as catch can. Billy Robinson would be proud of this one.
oh, his knee.
Hey. Whoa, Ken.
Wow.
Dan's boo is like Bischoff's wife. No. Nothing like that. No.
Wow. Did you see that?
What's that now?
He did. It was like a back body drop, but he held on to him at the same time, so he landed on him. But Thatcher's knee, but his knee landed inward a little bit.
You think he got those tights from Terry Taylor? I know
Maybe.
Bobby Roode got some of his robes in his early days from Terry. Terry, a generous man with those he likes. Don't forget, fans, the Super Chat button is live and working tonight during NXT TakeOver War Games. Buy the hosts a drink. Matt's too young to drink, but you know what? As you can probably tell, I'm not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I just had my 21st birthday.
Oh, I'll have to tell Nancy.
Well, Nancy probably thinks I'm ready to collect Social Security and head to the retirement home for the age.
I mean, you may feel like that.
Yeah, I always feel that way.
There's 5 matches on this card. We're in the second one.
And he knows how to count. See why we keep him around?
Well, I'm just updating the people at home who might not know the match card, or
Maybe they check it in a little late. Not every
Jesus,
the
how many
numbers
clotheslines
continue
are you
to
gonna
grow.
do?
Tommaso looking like a modern day Ultimate Warrior with these clotheslines.
What do you think of Tommaso's beard?
I don't like it, but I think where he's got the lack of the moss on the top of the head, he's trying to compensate. You know
But
what
also,
I mean?
have you seen him without the beard? He doesn't look as.
I've known him since 2006. I've seen him without the beard.
I meant it in a rhetorical way.
all right,
Obviously,
all right.
I mean, you've watched wrestling. I'm just saying, like, more of like, have you seen him without it type of thing? But
Yeah.
he just doesn't look like. Take the beard away from Braun Strowman. Like he's still a big guy, but like without.
He's not as fierce looking.
Yeah.
But is a guy of Tommaso's size actually fierce to you?
I think the beard adds a lot, though.
All right, well, I can respect that opinion.
Like when Braun Strowman went bald, I
think it makes him look much older than he actually is. I'll say that.
I didn't like him going bald. It looks good with Tommaso having the beard and nothing on the top.
Now, do you think John Cena Sr. should go natural and maybe grow a beard like that?
If he looks like, I'm trying to picture that.
Maybe Margot wouldn't like it. Maybe it would tickle her a little bit.
She actually might like that.
A little tickle, a little French tickle.
Maybe Annie should add that to
For
her
the fans
repertoire.
that haven't watched our Fabulous Friday episodes with John Cena Sr., following SmackDown each week, they have no idea about the perhaps budding romance between John Cena Sr. and Margot Ouellette, the mother from Ms. and Mrs.
It was in the sheets, right?
Yeah, and they've been in the sheets, soaking the sheets.
Not the Sheik.
Little French creme brulee going on.
Not like our other French friend.
No. He's gone, thank God. It looks like is the ring small?
They
Is it lower?
it's so what they did is they connected the ring to the stage. So they like lowered it. It's like see the stage how
Yeah.
it's connected? So they lowered the ring too.
Or maybe because of the space capacity. I don't like it. Looks like we're watching Memphis TV from back in '82. Like it's a studio style ring. I just noticed that now.
Because they have to lower it because of the cage above, because they don't have enough
Yeah,
room.
that makes sense. I'm not a fan. This is very good right now, what we're seeing. I like this a lot. He's cinching that headlock in. Referee must notice a little color. He's getting those gloves on quickly.
I'm trying to think. Oh, it's his ear. Maybe he heard Beth's commentary.
Maybe he watched Leon White and Cactus Jack from WCW in Germany back in '94.
Wouldn't that be his eyes bleeding?
No, that's when Cactus lost his ear.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Look, he's punching the ear. He's punching the ear. Maybe a little Killer Kowalski and Yukon Eric. Oh, wait.
Oh, nice German. Uh-oh.
I'm enjoying this. This is a good match. Let's
So
see
far,
what the
it's been a
fans
good-
have to say.
So far, it's been a good event. I thought
No.
what that was a good women's match. I think you look at women's wrestling too broad. I think you kind of have to scale it. I think you add like the men's matches in. I think you kind of just have to look at it with the women's
I
microscope.
would just rather see them have their own platform, their own show, and I think it wouldn't stand out negatively to me as much as it does where it's
That's what I'm
incorporated
saying.
with the men.
You're making it stand out too much.
Yeah.
Just give it its own.
Looking at the camera is hokey. Are you talking to me, PK? Is looking
he
at
probably
this
means
camera
Thatcher.
hokey?
Because Thatcher keeps looking at the
oh.
camera.
Well, sometimes it's hard to tell people's thoughts in the texts on here. But this is fun. You know, it's kind of lousy. Joe! Oh, brother, I'm going to butcher your name. Joe
Let me see.
Augie?
Let me see.
Augie? A-U-G-E? Fox Guy wants to know, Matt, did you enjoy the Chargers game?
Yeah, I actually did because they lost. So we move up in the draft picks.
Oh, thank you, PK, for the clarification. I was confused. The Chargers, though, but this is what happened.
What?
I'm typing it. Fox Guy will get a kick out of it because he knows
What are you saying?
what happened in the football game. What did the Chargers do?
Nothing.
Well, what did they do in the end?
They lost 45-0.
They lost, yeah. Fox Guy, pleasure to have you with us tonight. Again, spread the word to your friends, fellow wrestling fans on... Did I log out of the chat? Oh, shit.
You just hit.
What do I do? Just hit play again? You can't
Yeah.
trust me with anything. Let me see if
Hit
that'll
it.
do it. Come on. Come on. Or maybe Matt will take over the chat. Feels like I'm trying to do New Day Rocks the way I'm... Oh, shit.
Let me see. I'll do it.
Did it log out? So started streaming 70 minutes ago.
No, yeah, zoom out.
Maybe...
Let me see, I'll
Let me
do it.
just hit refresh. Let me try now. Or do I think I know what I'm doing and I really don't?
Oh. Nice pump kick.
A nice advertisement for Utz potato chips. And I like the Utz potato chips. I'm going to be, oh yeah, now I'm back in the chair.
Widow's Bell.
Kevin liked the Paul Orndorff, I'm going to guess interview he
1,
means.
2, 3. Tommaso Champa takes the W.
I agree. The Paul Orndorff interview was great. I wish Paul was in better health so we could do more with him. He's going to be making a live personal appearance with us at a wrestling event once we're able to have wrestling events again. I'm looking forward to that an awful lot. And I really enjoyed this match. I think it was the right decision.
It was a stiff match.
Even though Timothy Thatcher is on his way up, I don't think he was necessarily hurt by that defeat. I think having Tommaso lose again on a takeover so soon after he was literally squashed by Karrion Kross, I think that would have hurt him.
I don't like Thatcher getting up before Champa. They're literally up at the same time.
Fox Guy says, I'm a long-suffering Bolts fan of 40 years. It doesn't get any better, Matt.
Chargers always seem to have the talent, but then coaching always ends up awful. Injuries are the worst. It's just, they always have so much promise and never do anything with it. They're just paper, looks like one of the best teams, and then they hit the field, and it's a totally different story.
I tell you this, I'm awfully hungry, even though I think I did have lunch today, did I not? On our way here?
Mickey D's.
Mm-hmm. I'm still hungry. If anyone wants to, I know you're a big aficionado of Domino's. If anyone wants to send a pizza to MWF Studios, we'd be happy to have a slice, share one with you. Great fans at home or wherever you may be. Wait, now what's this? Julian, I missed this. He said, Dan, the first minute or so of the Nasty Boys autograph signing last night was pretty disturbing. Did I miss something? What was disturbing about the first minute of the Nasty Boys signing? Julian, I'm interested in your thoughts because I wasn't in the room.
I think it's because, remember you were setting up the thing, so we didn't know if it was live or not?
Yeah.
Probably because we were just kind of sitting here.
But that would be considered disturbing? Well, I'm
Their
interested.
opinion, as you say, one man's opinion.
Did Dobbs offer for someone to sign his ass? Not when I was in the room.
Maybe that, I don't remember.
That would have been very
Yeah.
disturbing. Brian had a tough time navigating around, the poor guy, but I look forward to see what you guys think of the Nasty Boys Wrestling Insider in-studio shoot interviews we have coming up. We have a lot of Pat Patterson tributes coming up. A lot to promote the Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive, which we implore you to join us. For information, bostonwrestling.com if you're new to the party. Strap match. I didn't know this was a strap match coming up.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I knew the match was coming up. I didn't know it was a strap match. Can you forgive me?
When I was reading the card to you earlier.
But you got to remember, when you're reading me that information, I'm thinking things, I'm doing things.
Okay, well, the next match is a
strap match,
as he
believe it or
said.
not, yeah.
Dexter Loomis versus Cameron Grimes, a feud that's been going on for way too long. But this is supposed to be the big blow-off.
James asks, when is the Nasty Boys interview airing, Dan? I think we're going to start doing something called a Wednesday night special edition. Every Wednesday night, we're going to have different guests with us because we're going to have so much content with the guests that we've already had, like you've seen with Leo on Wednesday nights. We had the Nasty Boys this weekend, Savio Vega. This coming week, we have Tatanka. We have the Warlord. We have Rich Swann. So, I mean, a wide variety of guests from different eras of professional wrestling. Some have said, why don't you try and do it on Sunday night? I think we run into the problem of on a Sunday night, we might have to switch times often enough because of pay-per-views. Saturday night generally isn't a great night for folks to try and gather around and watch a show like that because For those that aren't homebound due to coronavirus, they like to go out and have fun. I know I do. Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, we're booked up. I think no matter what people say, oh, I don't watch wrestling, I don't like wrestling. I think everybody checks out Monday Night Raw to some degree. I don't know if you'd agree with that, Socko, even for a few minutes.
The viewership doesn't reflect
Well,
that.
I'm not saying from start to finish, but I think
Yeah, some people will check in on Raw more than SmackDown.
you got to remember that 1.7 or whatever the rating might be in a particular week, that's the average number of fans watching at any given time. That's not the gross.
Oh, I know, but I'm just a little light poke at their viewership right now.
A light poke. You think Lanny has ever given
when we
himself
talk
a light
about it during the
poke?
week, it's not a light poke.
You get very, very frustrated with Raw and other WWE programming, but it almost seems like it gets a little better. It gradually improves as the week goes on. You got to suffer through Raw, and Wednesday night NXT, AEW.
I think,
and then by SmackDown usually gets it right more often than not.
sometimes Wednesday nights will be better than Fridays.
Julian, are you talking about the Gabe that helps us in studio? Gabe claimed a man touched him, and then the man did something all over him. I don't know.
Oh, he's talking about Cecil.
Oh, Cecil the Lion.
And Gary Capetta.
You're getting them confused. Yes, well, you didn't have to say the name. Cecil.
You said it all. How many times have you said
I don't know. Cecil the Lion was pet like an animal by one of our guests a few years ago. He found out Cecil's nickname was Cecil the Lion, and he started to pet him like he was at a petting zoo. And Cecil was rather confused. He claims anger now, but he didn't attempt to stop the man while the petting was going on. So who knows? Maybe Cecil has some salmon-colored pants. Cecil claims he's had a stalker for many years. Did you know that? The man he calls Mr. Super Bowl.
It's probably his right hand.
Well, Cecil sometimes, since he's not here, we can have a little fun with him. Cecil's an intense individual and sometimes goes a little overboard, much like Cameron Grimes, not to be confused with our dear friend Crystal Grimes up in New Hampshire. We haven't seen Crystal in quite a while. We hope she's doing well. The referee looks confused. What the fuck is this? I got to admit, I don't really like Cameron Grimes. Not a bad talent, but I just don't like the presentation.
That's the thing. I think he's a good in the ring, but the character itself, I can't really get into.
The Guardian of Chaos from down in, I believe, Connecticut. Am I correct?
Yeah, good buddy of mine.
Well, Guardian, welcome to the chat. Glad you're here. Julian said Nobbs was confused last night. There was a comment about Jerry I think you'll get a kick out of. I can't find it, though. Ibzan, I haven't talked to the boogeyman in a while. I believe he is healthy and doing well out in Colorado. PK said Jerry Sags was not happy on the live stream. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that 10 times over.
Of all the guests,
I'll leave it for whatever episode we're going to do. But
of all the guests we've had in 2020, I think Jerry Sags would be the first guest that Socko would love to have come back to join us.
Yeah. His strap already came off.
Came Wolf.
Or did the bell ring? I thought I heard the bell ring. What are they?
Grimes is really nervous right there.
I wonder if they're not going to start this match and then do it Wednesday to compete with AEW. Remember I said that to you? They do something like that where they'd have a match that wouldn't start and then save it for Wednesday.
I think more than anything, you'll see a climatic ending to maybe the pay-per-view with some kind of a catch. Dan, didn't Hall and Nash work the Nasty Boys very stiff in WCW? They didn't want to talk about that either. What happened was, I think Jerry had some kind of a neck injury and told Hall and Nash before the match to stay away from his neck. And Scott Hall apparently laid in some chair shots that were out of this world on Jerry Sags. I believe it was on a house show in Louisiana, in the fall of 1996. We didn't get that far in the career retrospective of the Nasty Boys, and the Nasty Boys went wild in retaliation. And those, you're talking about some tough men right there. Kevin Nash is a badass dude too, but Nasty Boys, for whatever you may think of them personally, were two in their prime, badass individuals. Even now, Jerry Saggs isn't someone I wouldn't want to take a swing at. Nasty Boys signed a lot of pictures, though, however irritated they seemed. You're right about that, James. They lived up to their obligation, which sometimes is all you can ask. Common courtesy, sometimes you can be asked for, too. I don't know.
I have a comment I'll refrain from. Is this match started or what? I thought I heard the bell, but the referee's acting like the match isn't a go.
He still got that odd look on his face.
He had that when he was born. And this one doesn't even have the strap on.
He's putting it on now.
No. All right, let's see if he rings the bell.
There we go. Officially underway. Ibzan, to answer your question, just to keep you up to date, the Warlord will be with us this Friday night at 8 p.m. live. He'll be doing a virtual autograph signing. He'll be taking questions. But guys, we got to get serious with you. When we do these live virtual signings, the main point of contention is to sell autograph photos and to help our Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks toy drive. We want to have fun. We want to have laughs. We want to take questions. Even if you can't afford an 8x10, couple of bucks to the super chat. If everybody does that, like I said, the things we can do with this program will be out of this world. My ultimate goal is to have an original talk show 7 nights a week in studio, along with the podcast style reviews that Matt and I do, the pay-per-view watch-alongs. I'd like to do more classic pay-per-view watch-alongs, but it's tough. I mean, Matt has a long journey to get here. A lot of our help, they have other realities in their life beyond coming down to the studio for wrestling productions. So it is what it is. The wrestlers' time is not free. Their transportation and lodging is not free.
Jesus Christ.
Cameron's really trying to get out of Dodge.
I don't think he's socially distancing with the fans.
I'm starving right now. I don't know. Did you eat today?
Yeah,
you went to Dunkin' Donuts. Is that right? James Burns. Savio was a pleasure in his signing. Seemed like a relaxed, funny person.
Savio was great to work with. And Friday was beautiful. Not even just him, but the weather. Remember, we walked out and I said, this is a beautiful day. And then Saturday, not only was the weather shit, but,
the experience fit the weather.
The experience, yeah. So did... I'm not even going to make the next comment.
Kevin, you must be coming in a little late, buddy. Tony was originally going to be here for a Cyber Christmas party. He's run into, we'll just call it, some transportation issues. The good news is Tony will be here before the end of 2020, probably Christmas weekend. We'll be doing something live with Tony for autographs, his art, and so on and so forth. So we always have a lot of fun, but don't forget, every Tuesday night at 10, Wrestling Insiders with Tony Atlas on this channel. And if you can't wait for Tuesday night, the next episode, all 4 episodes of Wrestling Insiders this week, they're all available, early access, ad-free, over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. You helping that channel out directly makes these legends have the opportunity to come into this studio and earn a living during tough times. We're going on 9 months of no live wrestling events. 9 months of very few autograph signings. Having a studio like this is a blessing to be able to come and earn a little extra income. So just keep that in mind, guys. I hate to come on and almost sound like we're begging with all the different things we pitch, but at the same time, we have to cover our costs with all of the great talent we've brought in and all of the great talent you suggest for us to bring in.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Sarge Russo would say,
Dan's an asshole.
Dan's an asshole. Yeah. The nasty girl, Sarge Russo.
Maybe we should have a live autograph signing with her. Her and Cupcakes could be a tag team.
Did I log out of the chat again? Yes, I did. I don't know what I hit.
You probably hit the X.
You guys can't trust me to do anything right. Again, we ask you to share this with your friends, fellow wrestling fans. Let's get these numbers up. What was really cool was September, record-setting month across the board. Then in October, 1 month later, record-setting numbers across the board. November was still really good, but it was down a little bit. We want to keep these numbers going up. As I've noted before, if I'm repeating myself, if you've watched this whole show, I apologize, but not everybody does. But I know there are millions of pro wrestling fans that have no idea we exist. I am a humble individual, and I'm a realistic individual. I know there are people in the world of independent wrestling that think they are the next coming of Vince McMahon. To borrow a line from The Rock, we know our role. But I truly believe the more fans that find us and tune in and enjoy us, the more we're going to be able to grow this. So we just got to get these new fans incorporated in what we do. If you're in pro wrestling Facebook groups, share the links. If you go on Reddit, share the links. If you have favorite wrestling websites, shoot them an email or fill out a contact form and share the links. We do a lot on our own, believe me. We're not asking you to do all the work, but if everybody helps, think of what we can do. Every dollar starts with a penny, right?
Can you repeat that?
Every dollar starts with a penny.
The whole thing?
No.
Okay. He pulled out another strap. I guess he needs two.
Well, he doesn't.
Have you ever needed two straps?
No, I've never been in that predicament. On or off. Certainly not on. But as much as I'm not a Cameron Grimes fan, this is a pretty good match too.
I remember I said at the beginning, I said the card doesn't look that great, but I think it'll be a fun night.
Is Velveteen Dream on this show?
He's been MIA.
Good. That's where he belongs.
Remember a bunch of matches in a row? No, I'm being serious. Remember when he lost a bunch when he came back?
Sort of.
Remember he lost to I forget his name.
I've told you before, every time I see him, I'm overridden with disgust and hate. You know what I mean?
Like me yesterday.
Like you yesterday, yes. But it's not even close. You had to deal with two people you felt, well, however you felt. One you particularly, personally, did not like in the very least. I'm talking about someone that created havoc in my professional existence.
It's the same type, but not the same caliber.
Exactly.
He's tying him up. Look, he's tying him up.
They want to see Haku here in Boston Wrestling. We've talked to Haku before. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Haku sits in Matt's seat at some point.
Here we go. It's a good match.
It is.
It's better than I thought.
Brian gets it. Everybody wins. Exactly. Julian says, bring in Paul Roma.
Yeah.
Will you pick him up since he's a Connecticut native?
He'll have a good ride by himself.
And the dub. See, I'm having a problem with this chat still. Can you believe that? Oh, wait a minute. Look. Tina, please do an episode on Nasty Boys behind the scenes. Their signing was very uncomfortable to watch. Now, Tina, where I respect your opinion so much, tell me what was uncomfortable about it. I'm really interested in your feedback since you took the time to watch.
The better question is, what wasn't uncomfortable? I mean, if they were uncomfortable watching it at home, imagine it here. I mean, just the tension and the energy in the room was more to be talked about.
Now, wait, did this truly happen? Julian said, Sags called you a fucking idiot?
Yes.
Live on this?
Yes. I told you that last night.
I wasn't in the room.
He called me more than that, and all the viewers at home can put in the
Why
live.
did he call you an idiot? Do you remember?
Tons of things. They can give you more insight than me because I just want to forget about yesterday as a whole. But if you're watching now and you watched last night, put in the live chat what these guys said because it was very rude.
Greg said last night Brian Knobbs seemed like he didn't want to be there. I don't know if I'd agree with that. I think Brian was happy to be here. I just think it was difficult for him to navigate and move around.
Oof. He just German suplexed him into the turnbuckles.
As you probably noticed, folks, Brian Knobbs has put on, if you watched, a considerable amount of weight. He has to walk with a cane. He needed to be navigated through the airport in a wheelchair. So I don't think it was the most physically comfortable experience for him, but I thought the interviews were fun. You guys will have to tell us. PK said Sags was being unpleasant.
That's an understatement. Just everything, it was live. Everything they did live was just unprofessional and rude.
Julian said Sags wanted Salmon Pants to read the questions from the fans, even though Gabe was doing that.
Gabe was doing the questions, and then he was talking. A day I want to forget, but if people are asking,
You got to shoot, brother.
I literally want to shoot, but
when you called the Nasty Boys, you have to live the gimmick. I agree with that, Brian, but there's also a point where,
on these shows, it's not full gimmick. It's a laid-back talk show where you talk about the stories and memories, or as the shows he's called Memories and Legends, like right here with Tony Atlas, the DVD. It's laid back. It's a talk show that you can just unwind, and you're not supposed to live the gimmick while we're doing the shows, right? Isn't the whole point of it to not
it's supposed to shoot from the hip, kind of like how we do it, but maybe they're just nasty people.
Literally.
Tina, yes, the answer to the question is if you have a VIP package, you get an autograph from everybody that's been in studio. Do you not want a Nasty Boy autograph photo? Were you that uncomfortable with the signing? I hope not. PK said Salmon Pants handled them well. Well, good. I think he did too. Hakami, how are you? It felt so uncomfortable to watch, like everyone didn't want to be there. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, and he noticed it. Once I kind of got involved to try and move the process along, we call it the take it home signal as far as when we want to try and wrap it up. Usually we try and make these go as long as we can, as long as there's conversation and such, but I started to take it home rather early last night.
Rather early.
I think everybody had a lot of complaining, but I think the interviews we taped were really good, and I think at the end of the day, that's what you guys care about the most.
Sometimes the complaining is warranted. Sometimes people complain too much about nothing, kind of like Jerry. But yesterday, our complaining was good because there was plenty to complain about. And I know people say it's almost like our review shows when people say we complain too much. When we're given things to complain about in life, people are going to complain. And that's the reality. Whoa.
No, James Burns would like to see Greg the Hammer Valentine in studio. I think Greg would have some great stories about the time frames we cover. He had a great run in WWF and every territory he went into.
Oh, I love this move he does. So, see, the move that Grimes does, you got
Bristol or Cameron?
Cameron.
Okay.
He puts it. You got to see him do it. It's in the ring. He's really good, but for some reason, his character, I can't get into.
I like the submission hold. Oh, wait a minute. Well, maybe not as effective as if it was barbed wire or a steel chain, but yet Cameron Grimes taps out Dexter Loomis, victorious.
Does he do my? He's petting him like
little Gary Capetta in him. It's a good thing Cecil.
Look, he's got him all tied up.
It's a good thing Cecil isn't here. He might be having PTSD. Julian says, Dan, you know it was bad when we're defending Salmon Pants. They felt for you, brother. They knew it was an uncomfortable night.
And I don't know if you guys could see it, but I walked off. Did you see?
He walked off.
Do you see me go like this with my mic to you?
I don't remember. It was
You were over here doing it, and I went like this with my mic, like showing you like the mic is coming off.
Well, like Smartphone just said, it was a long day of interviews. It was priceless when Socko got red-faced during the Nasty Boy signing. Smartphone, it's been a long weekend of taping. We started with Savio. What time did we start with Savio on Friday? About 12, 12:30?
Was it earlier than that?
We had Savio for a good 8 hours on Friday. We picked up Jerry Sags at the airport at 10:30 yesterday morning, and think about what time that autograph signing got done. So we had Jerry Sags all day. Brian Knobs flew in from Florida yesterday during that storm, and it was kind of difficult for the man to get in and out of cars and things like that.
Chairs,
and just about everything. And then today we did
today was the easiest.
Today's the easiest because it's just us. We did a TLC 2009 watch along the night before TLC 2020, which is kind of always fun when we do the watch alongs and everybody gets together. Nice relaxed atmosphere. And now we're doing this. So even today, it's going to be about another 6 hours worth of taping. So I can't imagine what my voice is going to be like tomorrow. I can't do my puppet imitation well right now, but that's about it.
I'm not going to try to do it. But we're both 3-0 in our predictions, as Dexter Loomis just won.
No, I predicted the baby faces would win.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 3-0 then. 2-1 here, 3-0.
I thought you said Timothy Thatcher, no?
No.
Tommaso
I
is your
said they
pick?
would probably have Thatcher. I would have Champa, but
okay.
I picked Champa in my prediction.
Well, look at this. They got the little Mattel version.
You know that's going to be on the shop.
I think that would look good right there. No?
Right?
Or right there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to see that.
Right here. We got the Hell in a Cell. We could put the War Games in front of it.
Maybe I think that'd be pretty cool.
Maybe I could put Booby and Adam Cole. Uh-oh. What's going on? The lights are flickering. Not here. Oh, look who it is. Karrion Kross.
Who is it?
Karrion Kross. He's making his big return after a separated shoulder back in August.
Well, before we get too far into this, fans, we got some great Karrion Kross merchandise in the eBay store. Check it out. The link is in the description box below. We have a limited edition Karrion Kross and Scarlet, autographed 8x10. We have from the NXT TakeOver in Your House, a beautiful 11x14 limited edition poster. I think it's one of only 30. We also have an autographed poster of Karrion and Tommaso from NXT TakeOver in Your House in June. Again, I think one of 30. They'd make a tremendous holiday gift to the loved one and friend in your life or for your own collection. And it helps us keep the lights on and bring you more superstars. So check out all the great merchandise on eBay, especially where everybody's doing their holiday shopping right now.
Next up, we have the triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Leon Ruff will be defending it against Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano. As we'll move into our predictions here, as you guys can leave the live chat if you're not in the live chat right now, join it, please. We'll get into our predictions. I'm going to say that Leon Ruff retains, as I said before. I think it's a triple threat, so he really doesn't have to do the finish, if that makes sense. He doesn't have to hit his finisher to win. I think Priest is going to hit his finisher on Gargano or vice versa, whatever's going to happen, and then Ruff is going to I just think it's going to be a cheap win. However Ruff wins, it's going to be some tactic that he's going to fall into a pin. Dan, who do you think is going to win?
I'm going to have to go with Ruff just because they did the title change. He wouldn't be my pick, certainly, but I think with how the story is going in WWE NXT right now, it's almost like, what's the point if you take it off him right now?
See where the title fell off of his waist?
Yeah, that was hysterical.
No, remember when we were doing on the review show?
I remember you mentioned it to me, yeah.
He just got engaged last week, too.
Oh, well, congratulations, Leon. Hopefully it doesn't get as rough for you as
he's
it did
engaged to the
for old
referee,
Dan Marty.
the woman referee in NXT.
Candy?
No, not John Candy.
Oh, the other one.
A good personal friend over on SmackDown. She's probably. I don't want to do any of that. Get in trouble. Who would you have win this, Priest or Gargano, if it's not rough? Priest?
I think Priest is someone they can do something with on the main roster. I would continue to keep him looking as strong as possible.
I think it's going to lead to Priest and rough, with Priest destroying him. You know what I do got to say about rough, though?
What's that? He's a little rough around the edges?
I like his theme song.
Now, what did Karrion Kross do?
They just did a little teaser.
Oh, that's all that was.
Yeah. It almost looked like a Sting
No, they
teaser.
teased me. Yeah, they took that video that they played at Daly's place on Wednesday night. If you're a fan of Johnny Gargano, folks, we got plenty of merchandise in the store. We have not one but two different style. Johnny 11x14 poster version, almost comic book style. That's pretty cool. Johnny is also signed on numerous roster posters we have from NXT. We've got some, if you love NXT, we've got some awesome stuff in the eBay store. Check it out. It helps us really, more than anything, bring these talents in. There is significant cost, believe me.
I like his theme and entrance too, Damian Priest.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let me check in with the chat. Maria Davis. Damian Priest will win the match. Brian
Does she
Long.
know the finish?
Brian Long thinks it'll be rough. Brian Duffy predicts Gargano. Ken says maybe.
Maybe to who?
I'm going to guess Gargano because that was the next message. Has Billy Jack Haynes or the Honky Tonk Man ever been on the show? No. I've spoken with Honky about it before. Billy Jack Haynes is amongst the missing right now, but I think I'd have a lot of fun with Billy Jack Haynes.
Why is he missing?
You'd have to ask Billy Jack Haynes that once he's not
if he's missing, I
Exactly.
can't really ask him too many questions.
Tony Atlas should have an advice style show. PK, after this is over, look up Ask Atlas in our video library. Tony has almost a life advice show that he's done a few times, and it's a lot of fun, is one thing you could say.
There it is. I don't know why I like his theme music so much.
I want to get up and dance to it.
It's not a dancing theme. It's more.
You just like it.
It just has such a good beat. His entrance is a little weird though when he does this.
A little aggression from Leon. Almost looked like Jerry stomping his feet.
Not to be confused with Leo.
Little Leo, that's right.
Leo Rush and Leon Ruff. They're almost. Oh boy. I just think he's going to get some cheap win tonight. He's going to fall into a pin or something's going to happen. He's just going to put his hand on someone and they're going to. It just.
Brian Duffy met Priest last year under a different name.
If someone else was going to win other than Ruff, I would say Priest.
Now, if Choo Choo Charlie was involved, C.D. Duffy, what would you think of the outcome at that point?
No contest.
No. Oh, here she is, Tina Turner, back from 1986. Oh.
Yeah, I would pick Priest if someone told me Ruff wasn't going to win. I'd say Priest. I just can't see them putting it back on Gargano. Oh, look at her. Look at her announce thing.
Tina? Yeah, it's like the MSG microphone, yeah.
With the Fink. And I tell you, she's not the Fink.
No.
Why are there two mics? Is one for the heels and one for the faces?
It's like the entranceway on AEW.
Do you like how they do that with the heels and faces on one side and the other? And
I liked it when TNA first came up with it. I like it in AEW too. Yeah, PK understands. The mic is like the 70s MSG with the Fink. Yep, absolutely. We hope you guys are having some fun with us tonight. We hope you'll have fun with us all week on our Great Wrestling Insider talk shows and 3 big live episodes next weekend.
Thought they were going to kiss. That was a little over.
Going for the quick victory on Little Rough. Now, did this guy go by Leon Ruff before NXT? Oh, he did. Okay.
I don't know. He's been in NXT for about a year now, a little over that. But, well, he made his debut just about a year ago.
It almost sounds like if it's, and again, I don't know the man's background, but if he didn't use the name Leon Ruff before NXT, it almost sounds like a little rib on Leo.
That's what I said before. Him and Leo kind of have similar names.
Maybe some of the fans in the chat know. Do you know of Leon Ruff's background? Did he wrestle as that before WWE NXT, or is this kind of a new name for him? Very athletic
it says ring
individual.
name's Leon Ruff.
Yeah.
That's the only name there. So,
what are you talking about?
Like,
well, what did you look it up online?
Yeah.
Some hellacious kicks into the midsection of Johnny.
Oh, because he started out in Evolve 2018.
Of Wolf?
His real name is D'Artagnan Ruffin.
Well, now I have all I need to know about D'Artagnan Ruffin.
He's 5'7", 150 pounds.
On a good day.
Soaking wet.
You know what? I'm glad that Priest didn't take a bump off of that. That makes me happy. That's smart right there. You'd think it would take more than half of a drop kick to knock the man down. I like how they put that spot together, whether it was an agent or on their own.
Look at him.
Guardian of Chaos, baby. Smash the thumbs up button. You're right. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it helps us a great deal. Subscribe into the channel, same thing. It's free.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, if he gets both of them like that.
It's like one of Reno Chastain's meals on the house. Yeah, good psychology in this match thus far. The two guys, smaller guys trying to take the bigger one down. Priest didn't sell that drop kick, even though they're in that little tiny ring. I could probably take a bump out of that one, but
I like Johnny wearing the Cleveland Browns colors.
He's loyal to his people.
Oh, that's nice.
I remember at NXT TakeOver Phoenix, we actually, and I felt a little bad about it, but I went with Todd because, you know, he was getting the belts that night from the Undisputed Era. And Gargano's parents, and I don't know if it was a sibling or someone, but they were actually in the row behind us. And I'll never forget, in the middle of that show, they brought Velveteen Dream out to sit and watch someone's entrance. And I was inches from that piece of garbage of a human being. Have you ever seen the still shot? Yep.
I have it in my favorites on my phone.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, see, look, favorites.
Someone texted me that image almost within seconds. Who am I? Oh, I must be talking about Memorial Hall. Yep, yeah, I'm looking at the date.
Hates me, and I hate her.
And that's a true story.
Look at this. This is going to be hellacious.
Why does Marty always ask if he's talking too much? I don't know if that's kind of a joke or if he's sincere, but I play along with it and we have fun with it.
Look at those actors they have there. Look at them in the back.
Who are these stiffs?
Feared for their life.
Banging on the plexiglass.
Did you look at this? This was nice.
It's a good spot. I like that. You can't overdo things like that, but once in a blue moon, good spot.
I like how Johnny moved out of the way instead of just standing.
But why did the other one fall over?
What other one? Who?
The little wall.
Because they're all connected.
Oh, please. Overdone. One was enough. Where is Janetti? Jacob, Marty is not with us every week. Believe me. We party with Marty every Thursday night at 10 p.m. on this channel with great episodes of Wrestling Insiders. He tapes episodes in clumps over several days when he's here. I would guess Marty will probably be back in January or February, maybe around Royal Rumble time. give or take a couple of weeks. I know Matt is very excited to see him again.
Marty's probably my favorite to work with.
Even more than the Hall of Famer, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Even with him, there's some kinks, but
Yeah,
Marty's
more
the
ways
best.
than
There's-
one. Yeah.
There's no negatives working with Marty. He's a funny guy. I just hope his recovery with his new ankle is going well. I know he posted an update on social media about it, that he's doing well.
Brian Duffy, he would love to see the Sheik with a live mic. Brian, the Sheik, ever since he became sober, the pain from that his body has gone through has caught up with him. He's not the same Sheik that you guys saw from when he went on those drug-induced tirades 10 years ago, 15 years ago and such. He's a man approaching 80 that's had a tough physical existence. He's in a lot of pain. I don't think the interviews now would be anything like what you guys would expect from the previous ones. I wish we could have him back, though. I'd love to have the Sheik back one more time. I think it would be fitting. Don't forget, fans, the Super Chat is open. If you're enjoying TakeOver, if you're enjoying the watch-along, if you enjoyed Savio, the Nasties, a little Selena Del Sol action. Don't forget to tip the bartender, folks. This stomach is growling. Growling.
Like Glance? Oh, no, Cecil? I get them all mixed up.
PK said the guys banging on the plexiglass are like jobbers held hostage by WWE. Guardian was on Springer with Sheiky Baby. I remember Sheiky Baby being on there. Did you? What was the payday? $600, I think. What about Sandow? Brian, I don't know how much material we could get out of Damian Sandow. I don't know if there'd be a great interest in doing a virtual autograph signing with him. He really wasn't with them all that long. I don't know. Do you think Damian Sandow would be an interesting guest?
If he cashed in that Money in the Bank briefcase successfully.
Then he would be, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, if he had some type of peak, I mean, his peak was, I mean, what did he do? He won the tag titles with The Miz. I mean,
if you could think of 100 guys to come in, would Damian Sandow be on it? Honestly.
No.
Me neither. But Brian, I tell you this.
You could probably do 200.
If he was in town and he would do it for a great price, I'd try and put it together for you guys. I want to give you guys what you want to see. I know the fans in general that are part of our fan base, they really love the 80s and 90s talk, but if there's enough people that want Damian Sandow, wow, impressive.
He's taking a lot of bumps in this match.
Now, see, him taking a bump for that spot means more now because he didn't take a bump from that missile drop kick.
I like how he
threw
the smaller guy in the ring, too, and not Priest, who's been kicking ass.
Yeah, the smaller guy. I'm disappointed we won't. Oh, nice. Disappointed we won't get to see Kevin at TGI Fridays tonight.
Passive aggressive.
Working great. We're working late for you guys tonight, baby. Only on one Monster Energy drink. I need them. I need something.
The way you said that, I need them.
I'm begging. I'm
Like
desperate. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I wouldn't mind an alcoholic beverage at this point. We still got a whole studio to clean up and then get ready again for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week. It's tough, guys. It's tough. Slick Rick, B, and Tina, they can't be the only ones that are the backbone of this baby. It's about all of you because you're all great. Even if you can't send $1, you can hit thumbs up. You can subscribe. You can share it on social media. I know in 2021, we're going to keep growing this bad boy so it gets bigger
if we get
and
there,
bigger and bigger. You're going to be living in Boston.
Wow.
You might have to keep those pants back in Connecticut, though. If you went to a Red Sox game in those, I don't even want to know what would happen. If you tried to explain those as red pants at Fenway Park. Red.
They're shades of colors.
A little Leon. Okay, the Guardian of Chaos. What a guy. Dan and Matt, what are my chances of being live in studio in 2021 for an AEW watch along? I'm COVID negative. Well, that's very good to know. And but that can also change at any time. That's like saying I don't have an STD.
Well,
And an NEPW Hall of Famer. What is the NEPW?
New England Pro Wrestling.
You didn't need to include that part. I don't know. Things are crazy with the restrictions at this studio. At one point, we were going to be able to allow fans to come in a couple at a time for the autograph signings to try and make a little extra money to cover the costs. But who knows? I mean, like I said, we're always looking to do new things with new people. I'm practically begging for technical help to try and organize this a little more. Oh, shoot, I might have to actually go out the door in a minute. But Guardian, it's not a no. How about that? I have no idea. When is the next AEW watch along? February?
For Revolution.
What the rules and regulations might be at that point? I don't know. At one point it was 25 people. Now indoor it's 10. And the studio is on my ass more than Brian Knobs wanted to be on the toilet, I think.
Well,
they're on my ass that much.
Oh, he wasn't.
He wanted to be, though. That's a different story for a different time. We'll talk about the nasty boys in the bathroom incident after the toy drive. It wasn't even an incident. It was like a day-long adventure.
From the second we walked in.
Yes.
To the second we walked out.
But Guardian, it's good to know that you'd like to join us live. Julian doesn't think the Guardian will join us. Well, Julian, where are you from, buddy? Kevin would like to meet Tony Atlas. Kevin, where are you from?
Where's everybody from?
I like to know where you guys are from because you know what? I think we can make nice connections with these folks that tune in.
Uh-oh.
I like that. That was a good little move.
Oh,
And again, fans, if you're a Johnny Gargano fan, check out all the great merchandise
the one right here
we
over
have
my
with
shoulder.
Johnny on eBay. We've got 2 different individual 11 by 14 posters of Johnny. And I believe Johnny is signed on 4 different NXT roster posters we have from TakeOver, Phoenix, When Worlds Collide, 2 roster posters from 2018, 2019. Check out the eBay store if you love Johnny or anything NXT. We got some awesome NXT merch.
Does he have a piece?
Who?
Johnny.
Gargano?
Yeah. I know our other friend Johnny has one. I didn't know if it was in all Johnny's.
Well, how many more matches are after this?
Just the main event.
Really? I honestly, I'm going to have to run outside for a second. But I know you can handle business.
Flomax?
No, I actually have to, for a human being.
For a human being. For Linda?
No, I'd stay in here for that. I'd continue to keep the door locked.
And the back door.
Well, Linda, I've never had to worry about Linda doing that. As we get a little personal here on the TakeOver watch along. No one would want to watch along with that.
Here we go. Bang. How many clotheslines is it going to take for Ruff?
Kevin Goshi is from Canton, Ohio. Will Cortez, Arizona. Greg Daly is from Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. Dan, did you like my train on a rat question for Tony that he didn't understand a few weeks ago? Yes, there's a lot of questions that go over Tony's head. James Burns is up late, Yorkshire in the UK. James, welcome. Thank you for
What the
joining
hell
us
is
late.
this?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, this is Johnny
like
Gargano's help.
The Undertaker's druids. Oh, no, they have screen masks on. I'm sorry. One of them is really out of shape, but Priest is fighting them off.
If Gargano wins that title back, that's just...
We've got the NXT Dark Order.
Or Retribution.
What on earth is this? This is horrible.
No, have you seen the past few weeks? Remember one of them
Oh, wait,
helped
there's
him in the
more.
match? Who's this?
Is that Quang? No.
Oh, here we go. I see. That was off. See how long they waited there? Hello?
Are you
See how-
talking to me?
See how long they waited
Yeah,
there?
no, I noticed.
We were just talking about that earlier today. People waiting for suicide dives and stuff like that.
Boom. I like that one. But who were these guys supposed to be in their screen masks
So in
and
the past
Nike
couple,
sneakers? What
in
are
the
they going to
past
borrow
couple
my
weeks-
slides?
in the past, oh, I like this.
The ring is too low. It takes away from it for me.
Look at this. Look at this. He's gonna steal the win, like I said. He's gonna steal the win. 1, 2. Oh, come on.
Come on.
No, but
What is Ghostface? Weren't they hanging out in Johnny Gargano's house or something?
yes, they were in his
What?
house.
What is it
They were
supposed to
behind
be?
the commentary table. They've been helping him and Candace win the past couple weeks since Halloween Havoc.
Nonsense. I don't like it.
It's stupid, but
They're doing it.
they're doing it.
What did I miss?
Here we go.
GOC is the real deal at Dan. What's GOC?
Guardian of Chaos.
Oh, okay. So see, I got to get hip to the blade with all the nicknames, you know?
Like, well, you already have enough of those.
You're right about that. Guys, again, if you can, share the link with friends on social media. Email them, text them. We're having fun before the main event. I see a conclusion coming to this match soon, a climax. Big kick to the head.
They're going over the finish.
I taught
sold
him how
that
to
the
do
wrong
that,
way.
believe it or not.
What?
I taught him how to do that.
He sold that the wrong way.
Well,
Did you see how he kicked him?
I'm just telling you, I taught him how to do the kick.
Yeah, with or without the game. Here we go. Oh, come on.
James Burns says Jim Cornette would be perfect. I'd love to have Jim Cornette here. Jim Cornette in my wrestling world has great value. When
Here we go. Ruff's gonna steal it. Is he gonna steal it? No. Oh, if they have Johnny win, please.
Johnny.
In his piece. Yeah, here we go.
Could this be it? Who's going to help
1,
little Leon?
2,
No druids.
3. Johnny.
Eh, come on.
But he had help from his friends. So, see, he had help in a triple threat match. And he just lost it a few weeks ago to Ruff. If anything, I would have just given it to Priest.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad match, just a bit overbooked. I don't understand the need for all these Scream Mask guys, but I don't understand what it is.
If they kept out those guys and Johnny won clean, it's a little bit better, but you add in all the chicanery and all that bullshit, it takes away from it.
Guardian, no. When Marty was here last time, he went to the hotel. He will never, ever come to the Marty abode. Marty Hill. It's a dark place of many secrets that no one needs to visit. It's more dark than all those Scream Mask guys. Brian Long. They wouldn't believe it if you didn't have a bunch of false finishes nowadays, and yet it's already unbelievable because of multiple false finishes. Cha-ching. Right on, Brian.
Well, that wraps up your long Leon Ruff North American title reign that really meant nothing.
What does that say on the back of his pants? Do? Johnny Gargano? Is that what that
I'm trying
says?
to think of what it-
DEW? Or am I reading it wrong? Now, why was Scream Mask allowed to hit him with a pipe? Was there no DQ in this match?
Triple threats are no DQ and no countouts.
When did that become an official thing? I remember it mentioned on Raw not too long ago.
It's always no DQ, no.
Well, when was the last? All right, wrestling fans, Matt is going to have to take over for a minute.
Oh, look, it's Austin Theory.
Well, I guess he's not too
Austin
busy on
Theory's
Instagram.
The one who hit Damian Priest pipe. So now Gargano, they're forming their own faction.
I like Austin Theory an awful lot. You know that.
I've said that too. I like him.
906.
But
All right, so there, let me shut the mic off real quick.
In case I have to use the little boys' room. So I'm going to put the mic on you, brother. You got
The
to carry
camera.
it. You got to carry it. We need at least 10 more super chats tonight before we go off the air.
well, your mic is off.
Guarantee TLC, or what?
Your mic is off.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I already, well, you repeat that then. 10 more super chats.
All right, well, I'll say it so it doesn't sound distant.
Okay.
Dan has told me that we need at least 10 more super chats to make the shows happen. 10 at least would be fine. More, put an even bigger smile on each of our faces as we move into the main event here of NXT TakeOver War Games of 2020. Looks like they have an announcement coming up here. Let's see what it is. 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, let me see. What night is New Year's Eve? All right. 2021, New Year's Evil. 1/6/21. So they have announced another NXT special for January 6th of 2021. Why would you call it New Year's Evil if it's after New Year's Eve? It beats me. I'd rather do it on December 30th than January 6th, but that's just me. Well, here we go. Main event time. Team Undisputed Era versus the Kings of NXT. Kings of NXT, of course, Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch. You got Undisputed Era, the four of them. They've been in every single War Games match since they started doing it with NXT. You guys can leave your predictions, which I'll actually join the live chat right now on my phone so I can see what you guys are saying. If questions or curiosities of anybody. See what everybody's saying here. Undisputed Era, says Brian. I got to lean this on something. I'll leave it here. But I got the pyro going with lowering the War Games cage. Who do you guys got in this match? I have Undisputed Era. So far, I'm 3-1. I didn't get the triple threat match. I'm sure a lot of other people didn't because Johnny just lost the title. So well, the match won't be a no contest because Brian Long, because it's no disqualification. So even if they do interfere, there's nothing they can do about it. The only way they'd be able to get in is climbing over the top. Maria Davis, glad you're joining us again. My Instagram friend is the Guardian of Chaos, is another one of my new Instagram friends, as he just joined Instagram not too long ago. My Instagram, Matt, 2 underscores, and then Degnan, Degnan. So if you want to follow me over there and become an Instagram friend of mine. Hell in the Cell never had a no contest or disqualification. Well, Hell in the Cell, that was also no DQ. No DQ, no count out. But for some reason, they did that finish with Seth Rollins and The Fiend in 2019, which everybody killed them for. But McAfee is awesome as a crossover athlete. McAfee I like as a manager. I think, or like a mouthpiece or someone who comes in occasionally. I don't really like how he's being used right now as kind of basically a top guy in the company right now. I mean, this is the top feud in NXT right now, and he's the guy that's almost leading it. So if you want to get kind of technical right now, this main event is kind of built around Pat McAfee. If there was no Pat McAfee, there would be no War Games match right now with him. They'd have to do something else for Undisputed Era. I don't know. For him being the top guy right now, in terms of how things are working out, I mean, I don't know. But I think as a mouthpiece or a manager, kind of that way, I think he's great. I think sometimes in his NXT promos, he rambles on a little bit and he kind of repeats himself in his promos and they're too long. I think if he kept them short, sweet, to the point, I think it would be great. he kind of just tends to go on and on and on and on. He has a great attitude. The delivery's not really there, though. I think that comes with it being a little too long. But I think the attitude is there, though. He has the right demeanor. I just think he needs to bring it from here and do it in here. He tries to sometimes tell too long of a story in those promos. Sometimes you don't have to tell the story in the promo all the time. Just me. McAfee needs some shirts that say virus on them. I don't know if I'd go that far on them, but wasn't there a Hell in a Cell with Mankind as ref that ended with DQ? Trying to think. I don't know if probably. Matt, question. Does Pat stay on Sirius or go to ESPN? I think now that Pat is doing this with WWE, I think he can go to somewhere like ESPN and do even more. Like earlier, they had UFC writer for ESPN, Ariel Helwani. They had him on because WWE and ESPN, they're both in Connecticut. They're both kind of buddy-buddy in the same kind of, ESPN's the leading, sports news type of thing, and WWE's the top of the food chain for pro wrestling. So I think they can kind of, like how UFC is with fighting and stuff like that. The top companies usually like to work with each other. But if I'm him, I'm staying away from ESPN. ESPN is just a place I wouldn't even want to work at. I interned there a while ago, and it's just way too many people. They bring them in, they fire people a lot, then they'll hire a bunch of people, then fire a lot of people. It's just, you're not really safe at ESPN. A lot of the people are leaving there, top people. And I'm sure you'll be seeing it in the news, but Undisputed Era going with the red gear tonight. Usually they're in their black and gold, but tonight they're going with black and red. I like that because now they're the faces in this match. I like them turning Undisputed Era face. I think them being heels for 3 or 4 years did nothing. It was good in the beginning, but it started to get stale. They needed a fresh coat of paint, and I think turning them face and doing different angles with them really helps them. We have Kyle O'Reilly starting this match for Undisputed Era. See what else we have here. Yeah, chew them up, spit them out, Brian Long. That's how they do with ESPN is they hire people in mass droves, and then they'll fire like 100 people. It's just they kind of just go through people like, I don't know why. Probably because they don't want to raise the payment of people, so they don't want people to be tenured for long, so they don't have to give them benefits later on. They don't have to increase their pay and stuff like that. So I think they kind of just bring the new people in. Once people start getting there for a long period of time, they cut them so they don't have to go into certain things of incentives, I guess you could word it that way. Here we go. Here comes Pat McAfee, and as I say in our NXT review shows, his lackeys. The tag team champions of NXT, Burch and Oney Lorcan, along with Pete Dunne. I always love his jacket that he wears, his little fur coat. I need one of those. ESPN sucks. I do not like the stats they make up. ESPN gets a little weird with their stats. I'm trying to think. You got to go to, I believe it's something reference, basketball reference, baseball reference. Those websites are good. They look a little old, but they're very good. They have different ones. Football reference. I think it's reference, but they're good if you need stats. Does Coach still work with ESPN? I believe he does. He's actually the voice of Madden 21. In between the games and stuff like that, he's the voice of them. I think he's still with ESPN. I'm not 100% sure. He's the type of guy that he'll still be employed with them, but doesn't show up for a little while and then kind of just appears on different shows and stuff like that. So he's kind of weird in how he appears and stuff like that. His doggy dog. Here we go, and it's Pete Dunne. Oh, I like this start with O'Reilly and Pete Dunne. How, if you don't know, Pete Dunne, he turned on O'Reilly a couple weeks ago on NXT, and that's why he's on Pat McAfee, and he's not a face, he's a heel yet again, which I like. Dunne needs to be a heel, in my opinion. He looks too badass to be a face. He looks like the type of guy that can hurt you. Even when he steps in the ring, he looks like and acts like he could beat the shit out of you. And those are the type of guys that usually should be heels. Depends on the look and how they act and stuff like that. And the gimmick, the start of this match, every 5 minutes, a new person's going to come in. The advantage is actually for Pat McAfee's team. So they're going to have the next person come out, then Undisputed Era. So they're going to have the one-up on them throughout the match. Another one of my Instagram friends, Smokey, or Tina, or whatever she's going by tonight. Smokey, I'd actually like you to send me a little DM to talk more extensively on the Nasty Boys, because I'd like to hear more of your thoughts after the show ends, of more of what you thought on that encounter, I guess you can call it. Get into predictions. We talked about it earlier, but we didn't really get into it too much. Who do you guys think's who's gonna win this? Undisputed Era or Pat McAfee's team? I think Undisputed Era needs it more. See, that's tough because they're a new faction that needs to get over with Pat McAfee, and Undisputed Era, they just turned face. So do you want to turn them and then have them lose right away? But also Undisputed Era just got Cole and Fish back. And O'Reilly, they were trying to build him, but Pete Dunne just came back. I don't know. It's kind of both teams need it. So now we're in the phase of who needs it more, Undisputed Era or Team McAfee, or the Kings of NXT, which that's their group name. We need a Killer Cross appearance. They actually did a little teaser for him earlier. So that probably lowers the chances of him showing up in this. If they didn't do any teaser for him, I would say that's a possibility, but I wouldn't run a teaser earlier in the night and then have him show up later, because that's kind of just a little bit of an overkill. I'd tease him and then kind of have people wait a little bit and be like, you know, they just did a teaser. Where is he? Then have him return when you least expect it. I would do it the NXT New Year's Evil night. I would do it that. I would build that event up, and that's where you bring Cross back. Have the most eyes on it right there. Just my opinion. I don't like when they announce. It takes the surprise away, but they also try to get the viewership, and that's the name of the game today. Now that you got AEW and all the other companies starting to get their TV deals and stuff like that. So I know they have to get the viewership and try to be better than everybody else with the competition now. But I mean, I don't like when they announce stuff before, the surprises. I like when they do the fresh returns. It's a lot more fun for the fans, and usually it's fun for the people that are at the show, but you can't say that in 2020 going into 2021. Is AEW merging with Impact? They're not really merging. They're just kind of working together to help each other out. I mean, Impact needs it more than AEW, but I think they're going to be doing a talent share type of thing. I'll use Omega. You can use EC3 type of thing. So I think they're just going to do a partnership, not a full partnership where it's a merge, but kind of just little angles together and stuff like that. Not like an invasion that we saw in 2001, but just a little sharing. They don't want to share too much with COVID, but yeah, when events open back up, fans are going to go crazy. And I guarantee you, once fans are allowed in places, those ticket prices for WWE shows are going to be very high, because you could say they're going to be very low because they know people are in a tough time, so they don't want to whore them out, I guess, if you want to say it that way. But I mean, if if companies want, but also companies have to make money right away. They've lost a lot of money. They're in a tough place, but also so are the people. But I think, you know, I have a feeling that when things open back up again, ticket prices are going to be through the roof. Because one, the companies need the money, and two, they know people are going to pay because they haven't been to events in a while. So I would watch out when events open back up because they're not going to be cheap. Yeah, I'd love to rush back to events, but the prices that some of them are going to be are just, it's going to be astronomical. Here we go. We have Oni Lorcan into the match now to help Pete Dunne out with taking out Kyle O'Reilly. Just remember, there are no pins in this match until all four competitors of each team are in the rings, I guess you could say. I was supposed to go to all four events during SummerSlam weekend. So was I. I was supposed to be there all week, and it was supposed to be a really fun weekend. I knew Dan had some people he was going to bring in that weekend, and it was going to be really fun, and then everything kind of just got messed up. But I guess you could say that about everything this year, of getting messed up and being depressing and not going to plan. Brian Long, I'm talking about when things are fully open. I know there's going to be occupancy limitations, but you can add in that too when things slowly open up. But I'm saying when things fully open up, I really think things are going to be expensive for a while, whether it's just regular goods you get at the store or whatever, because these places, they need money. Things that like aren't essential, if you know, like food. I mean, people are buying food in droves because they don't want to go to restaurants or can't, depending on what state or county, whatever you're from, and things are difficult. But things that aren't difficult is sitting here and watching wrestling with everybody, and just shooting the breeze and everything like that. What also isn't difficult is the like and share button, you know? Share to a pal, share it on your social media. See what we got here. No, smartphone, me and Smokey, we talk already, but we talk about wrestling things because she'll message me about shows, or Maria does it too. Some of the people who watch the shows, they'll message me and, you know, tell me about the show and what they think of it and stuff like that. It's not weird at all. It's just people talking about wrestling like we're doing right now. I just like people's insight, especially when we do shows like this. I want to know what people like. I want to know what people don't like, what you want more of, what you want less of. Different things like that. Here comes Bobby Fish to help out his tag team partner, Kyle O'Reilly. I'm telling you, I really like this red from Undisputed Era. So now you got a 2-on-2 situation. Do you watch NWA Power on YouTube? That new show premiere was pretty good last night. I didn't watch it last night because I tell you, last night I was in no mood to watch anything on wrestling. Yesterday was, put in lamest terms, a shitty day, but I didn't watch it. NWA, I never catch for some reason. I usually watch it after the fact, but I just don't think they have enough star power, and the stars that they have are people that peaked years ago. They don't have any current stars. I mean, they have a few, but they don't have enough to company. You know, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you need to have a lot of stars to push a company. You know, when you're just live on YouTube every week, you know, in today's wrestling, people are going to get bored of that quickly. Well, it's got 2-on-2 here, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, the tag team of Undisputed Era. I'm waiting for those weapons to come in. I know Dan doesn't like the weapons, but you can't say no to weapons no matter what. But what do you guys think of the War Games match overall? The idea of it. Do you like it? Do you think it's kind of dumb? I know some people are indifferent on it. People think it's kind of forced and not a good stipulation. I like the stipulation. The only thing I don't like is doing it every year at the same time. It just falls into the category of Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, TLC, Money in the Bank, just in that category of pay-per-views. You know, Money in the Bank, I think that should be a WrestleMania match. Royal Rumble's fine because you really can't knock that because the winner gets the matches at WrestleMania. So you have to have in the same position every year. I heard they were doing Aldis and Kanellis. I heard that was, a good match. We got about 10 seconds until the next competitor comes in for Team McAfee. The old style War Games match was much better. The one now is kind of lowered in terms of brutality, I guess you could say. Here comes Danny Burch. So Pat McAfee is going to be the last one out for his team. Oh, Burch is going to be the first one to... What the hell is that? Looks like a gun case. Or a bag. I want to see what's in that bag. Oh, it's a cricket paddle. Whatever. I don't know if it's a paddle or what, but it's for cricket. I like Lorcan and Burch. Talk about needing tag teams. WWE needs tag teams badly. And they just love to break them up on the main roster for some reason. NXT has always had a good group of tag teams. Oh, they got another cricket. I believe it's a cricket paddle. If I'm somehow wrong, correct me, please, because from here it looks like a cricket paddle, but whatever he's saying. Wait, who are we going for 2 in War Games? It is a cricket. Do they call it a bat or a paddle? I don't know if they call it either or. I thought it was a paddle. I don't know. But from America, we don't have cricket. It's not famous over here. The amount of cricket games I've watched in my life is probably 0. He's tapping out, but he can't tap out until all 4 competitors are in the ring. I don't think it's a mallet. I believe maybe it is a bat. I saw someone else say bat. I don't know. Man. Look at me. They're going to touch their paddles or bats and bang. There they go. This match, I tell you, it's not as brutal as the woman. I tell you, the woman opened up with a brutal match. I know Dan likes to knock the woman, but that was a good match. I tell you. I don't want to go into my grades yet for the show, so I'll refrain from giving numbers on the show. Here we go. Here comes the next person for Undisputed Era, and it's going to be Roderick Strong. So it's going to be the two leaders of each team coming in last, which it's okay. I think by default, the leaders should start the match. If you're going to lead your team, I think you should start it. That's just my opinion, but the women should have battle of the frying pans and dinner plans. Well, I don't want to get into that discussion, I'll tell you that. But women's wrestling is just too hit or miss. The match is either pretty good or just pretty bad. There's not much in between with them. And if there is an in between, it's a match that nobody really cares about. I think Brian's trying to get me a little bit of a little bit of trouble here with the. Oh, Jesus Christ! See, this stuff's a little overbooked. Dan told me to make sure we get the super chats tonight, at least 10. I don't know if he means total or right now, but we could do 10 right now. If you can't, that like button, free. Share button, free. Going over to the website and checking us out, free. Subscribing, also free. Following us on our other social media sites, free. Just chatting along with us, meeting new friends. You don't know who's going to be your friend in this chat, whether they're down the street or across the country, across the world. You never know. I meet a lot of great people. I enjoy the women's matches these days more so than the dudes. Really? I don't know if many people can say that, but people have different opinions on wrestling. I know a lot of people like the women's a lot. Some people don't like the men. Some people like tag team wrestling more than singles. It's just pro wrestling's a world that, even just the world in general, people have different opinions, and it's good for conversations like this, because if everybody had the same opinions and the same views, life would be boring. And that we wouldn't even be talking right now if everybody had the same views. People like to debate. As long as it's a friendly debate, I'm all for it. Once you start calling people names and being rude and you get into that dark space of the world, that's where things get just dirty and not fun. But a friendly conversation, I wouldn't even call it a debate, a friendly conversation. And that's it. Goes, we have 3-on-3 now as we wait for Pat McAfee to come out, and then Adam Cole will be the last in the ring, or the rings, I guess you could say. Super Chat is always fun. I really like these watch-alongs. These watch-alongs are really fun for me.
We're still talking away. He doesn't know I'm en route back into the studio itself. We have some breaking information, breaking news as a hellacious War Games continues, I'm sure.
Is your mic on?
It is on.
You turn it up? Oh, you didn't turn it down.
I turned it off.
I meant in there. You only turned it off, not down.
Oh, I never lowered it in there. Soft hellacious has it been?
I'm going to be honest. The women's War Game match was better than this so far.
You know what? I need a Kleenex. Interesting happenings outside this studio, sir. We may have to talk about that off the air at this point.
Was it on the loading dock?
Did you see me go that way?
I'm talking about what happened yesterday.
No, that almost turned into a slip and slide. But
story for the Patreon.
I need a wheelchair. What do you mean I can't get wide to the airport? Dude, push your chair up, dude.
Was he from Jersey?
Push your chair up, dude.
I mean, he's from Pennsylvania.
Close enough, yeah.
It's like me in southwestern Connecticut.
Oh, you love...
Someone said you're doing the Invisible Man gimmick.
It's all an illusion. It's like the Doinks at WrestleMania 9. Just what we need is Beth Phoenix commentating over a men's War Games. What is it that they're trying to bring into the ring?
Someone said the belt looks like it's floating in the air here in front.
What belt? It looks like it's floating? Brother, I don't know what you're on, but I don't think
it actually does.
Why does it look like it's
floating?
Hang on,
let me look on the camera shot. It does. Because the shadows make it look like it's like above the table.
It's all an illusion.
We actually do magic tricks here along with the wrestling. Oh,
Linda used to do the magic tricks every other Friday when I got paid.
you know who else does the magic tricks
Who's that now?
with their tongue?
Well,
Is Annie.
Annie has a special magic skill.
Floats in the air. I'm leaving. Yeah, it looks. The what?
What have you been chatting with the fans?
Oh, we meant if you put the belt on, it floats in the air. Like if you're the Invisible Man and you take the.
Oh, I got you.
I thought he meant it looks like on the table it's floating, which it kind of does if you look at the camera. But I like. I forgot to mention this to you. Undisputed Era. You know how they usually wear black and gold?
Yeah, I noticed. Weren't they in red?
They're in red because they're faces now, so they had to switch up. Their,
Oh, well,
that was nice from McAfee.
that wasn't a way to distinguish
see
it.
that?
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
Lucha superstar Pat McAfee.
I'll tell you, he's been good in the ring. The match he had with Cole was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. All right, now that you clarified it, I understand now, Brian Long. I didn't understand what you meant before.
Brian Long?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, wrestling fans, do not forget that the Super Chat button remains open. We got look at this. We got 44 thumbs up, 4 thumbs down. To the people that gave us a thumbs down, what don't you like? I'm always interested in that. We love all of you that give us the thumbs up, but what do you hate? Is it me? Is it his pants? What did we get the thumbs down for? We always focus on the negative in life instead of the 44 great. Maybe that's probably it. The 44 great people that have enjoyed this.
Well, because it's cold. Because I can't wear my. You know what? It's probably it.
Oh, we know Jerry Sags thought it was awfully cold in here.
Oof.
Well, and I think it's so cool that 2 of the 8 men in this ring competed here in Boston Wrestling MWF. That's a really
Pat
cool
McAfee
thing.
one of them?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, we don't need him.
Yushigoroshi right there.
One of my favorites.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, let me tell you something, fans. If you're an Undisputed Era fan, get in our eBay store. We've got a...
Hang on. Can I say this real quick?
You're
what did
ruining
I
my
say
pitch.
the opening was going to be? Or that Cole was going to take everybody out,
Yeah.
and they were going to be on opposite sides of the ring. Come on. Go ahead.
If you love the Undisputed Era, we have an Adam Cole 11x14 poster. We have a limited edition WrestleMania, what was going to be sold at the WrestleMania 36 Superstore, a 1 of 36 autographed Adam Cole 8x10. It's an awesome piece if you like Adam Cole. We have 2 different Undisputed Era posters that are signed by Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. One from 2018, one from 2019. And Adam Cole, I think, is signed on 4 different roster posters we have. We have an NXT roster poster from 2018 signed by 21 stars, everybody on the poster. If you go to an NXT live event, they're like $75, but they're only signed by 5 or 6 people. We have the 2019 NXT roster poster. It's signed by everybody on the poster, same deal. NXT TakeOver Phoenix, which was one of the better takeovers ever, I believe. We have a 1 of, I think it's 1 out of 50. That's available on the eBay store. And we have one from When Worlds Collide from Houston, Texas, back in January. Last time we were able to go anywhere. So we got tons of cool autographed Undisputed Era merch. And we have the Undisputed Era T-shirt bundle, where for the price of what WWE Shop charges you online, you get the shirt, of course, plus you get a free WWE cup, plus you get a free mystery autograph photo, plus you get an on-air shout-out from Tony Atlas on Wrestling Insiders, thanking you for helping us keeping the great legends working. So again, check out eBay, check out the link for the T-shirt bundle in the description box below. Is this War Games that I wish would have a little blood continues, but I like the blood red outfits of the Undisputed Era.
I said earlier that I like them.
I have a feeling some new T-shirts are coming. What do you think?
You better believe it.
In time for the holidays.
And I guarantee you another Adam Cole action figure is going to be coming out
Baby.
with the red.
Now, what do you like better? Do you like Adam Cole going baby, or do you like Annie going D?
It's got to be Annie.
Annie, yeah.
Well, she I think she's more over with it.
Well, she was undisputed in her era, that's for sure. In her area of specialty.
I think she could be undisputed in any era.
She'd take care of all of them.
Baby.
Jerry Saggs was confused as to why Annie was brought up in the interviews. He didn't realize that she's part of all the fun with Marty on Thursday night.
Did he ask? Did he ask?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
How'd Annie come up? Annie the ass eater. We love Jerry. As soon as he left. Now, the Nasty Boys, I tell you, they were in a hell of a War Games match. Fans, you might need to help me out here. I think it was 1994 at Fall Brawl. I think it was it Dustin, and the Nasties against Terry Funk, Arn Anderson, Bunkhouse Buck, and who was the other one? Arn Anderson, Funk, Buck. I don't know. No, Colonel Rob Parker was the manager, but Haku was as Ming, I think, was just the bodyguard. Who was the eighth man in War Games 1994 at Fall Brawl? Or Fool Brawl, as this one would say. He's Wikipedia in it. He has no patience.
Colonel Robert Parker?
He was in the match? Oh, wow, okay.
The Stud Stable.
The Stud Stable. Let me tell you something. That did not do a tremendous buy rate, fans. That was one of the pay-per-views in 94 that Hulk Hogan was not on for WCW. Look at him turning it around. Look at the pain on Pat McAfee's face. It was like you yesterday trying to drive with Jerry Saggs.
I wanted to close my eyes and drive off the road.
Is he going to tap? He's in the ring by himself.
I was ready to tap yesterday.
Oh, you can say that again.
Boy, if it was last man standing yesterday, could have got more than a 10 count on us. Jesus Christ.
Last night, I was a tired human being, and I was in a lot of pain. I still don't understand what that thing is in the middle of the ring that says fish. Is it a table?
That's the table.
Oh. Why do they have just one that says fish?
There was one that said O'Reilly, too.
Oh, they already broke it.
Yeah, see, it's in the corner.
Oh.
Remember, it's the one he did the moonsault off the top rope and he put him through?
I really regret not going to the War Games that my buddy Warbeard Hansen,
That was a good match.
Ivar, was in.
Ricochet and Pete Dunne were the tag team partners of them.
I know the Ivar was kind enough to provide free tickets to Vicente Rey Wasco and his entire posse.
That was LA, right?
Yeah.
So that was 29? No, 18. 19?
That sounds right. Vicente Rey Wasco wound up with more comped NXT tickets than I've got. That's not right. And I love Vicente Rey.
Well, did he give him 4 tickets?
Well, I guess you have to look at it in several different ways. As far as people, for 4 individual people, but in some ways he might need 7. I don't know. Hell of a kick from Bobby Fish, former MWF competitor. He took on Chris Sabin of Impact Wrestling right down the street, Memorial Hall.
What year was that?
That would have been 2008, I believe. Only Lorcan competed with us several times. I believe you'd be talking 2010, 2011.
Where's he from? Like
I think Rhode Island popped into my head. It could be Massachusetts. I'm not 100% sure. Bobby was from out near Albany, I think.
Here we go. It's getting serious. He's taking the shirt off. brain buster on the knee.
Now, has there been any blood in the match? I noticed the ref has the gloves on.
I don't think so. I mean,
He's just being prepared.
some of these guys have long hair, so sometimes it's
hard to tell.
He's setting up a table with his buddy's name on it.
Almost looks like they have on Budweiser-inspired tights. Maybe because Brian Knobs had so many yesterday, it's implanted in my brain.
And you can find them all over the studio, I tell you that.
I know, instead of 8x10s, we should have done empty or half-drunken Budweiser cans of Brian Knobs.
Oh, you know how they do Easter egg hunts?
That's what we had to go on today before we started taping. Instead of Easter eggs, we were looking for Brian's empty and half-drunken Budweiser cans.
And napkins and markers.
I need a wheelchair.
Oh, the table didn't even break. Jesus Christ.
Maybe they need a wheelchair.
Pete's probably saying, again, brother. Yeah, he's calling the spot right there. Move out of the way, Pete. You just saw him go up there. Ugh.
Now we got him. Wrestling fans, I've been declining the chat. I'm sorry.
Are we going to get a finish here?
Oh, Greg has got to go to bed. Sorry, brother, but thanks for tuning in. Kevin, yo. Dan and Matt, how are you guys? Let me tell you, Kevin, Sunday is ending better than Saturday. Let me tell you. Noah Bolin, hey, guys, how are you? Noah, are you new to our group? I don't remember your name.
Oh, my God. Look, he just pushed him off the top rope to that table that was 3/4 away from the corner. Look at that. See how far he pushed him?
It's unbelievable.
I'm being serious.
I am too.
Yeah.
Maria Davis is still here. Brian Long, yep, 94.
Oof. You ready to stick a fork and pat? Oh my God. That was, look at it, look at it, look at the replay. That's far.
He was airborne, baby.
Not like Evan Bourne.
No. I think I lost the chat again. No, I found it.
I got the "This is awesome" chants going.
PK is watching it at a different speed, I guess. I can't even watch it in regular speed without getting confused, brother. What's so funny?
Because it's true.
I don't know. I know the Patreon channel is always at normal speed. Patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Early access to all of our episodes this week. What a great way to end the weekend after War Games. One man's opinion. I lost the chat again. Let me do a little refresh for the 9th time. They can't trust me with anything. One thing, fans, if someone wants, you know what we should do if we were like the porn women that put their little wish lists on Amazon online? We should do that for a new laptop that we can hardwire in here, so I don't have to try and do it through the phone. Danny Jimenez, Tony Atlas was supposed to be with us tonight. He ran into, I guess the best way to call it is transportation problems. Good news at the end of the day, he is going to be with us again before the end of 2020, probably Christmas weekend, but not before Christmas. But we'll see Tony again live before 2020. And Tony is with us every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Wrestling Insiders at your house. As Pat McAfee is getting the beating that I think Socko over here wanted to give to the Nasty Boys yesterday. I can just see you hurling them into a cage.
Me, Cecil, Gabe, and you were like the undisputed.
I don't think Gabe was all that bothered by them, but he really didn't have to deal with them much.
He's a quiet
Gabe
kid.
is a good soul.
Yeah. I wish him luck in his match this Wednesday, though.
You know, it isn't easy being a Garrison. Again, fans, the super chat is open. We'd love to have dinner tonight for all of our hard work, entertainment, fun, humor, and patience dealing with the Nasty Boys, our great airport runs, dealing with horrendous rainstorms, snowstorms, parking bans, hotel issues. the fun we had with Savio, it's been a hell of a weekend. And in the end, when it's all said and done, we'll have about, I think, probably close to 30 hours of content we made. If you count the watch-alongs and the live virtual signings and the talk shows we taped, you might get some bonus content this week if you're a Patreoner. If you're on that Patreon, we may hook you up. I'm thinking, I want you guys on the Patreon. It's only a couple of bucks a month, and it helps keep this show working. If we can get to 100 regular Patreons a month, do you know what we can do with this show, along with what's going on with YouTube and the merchandise and all the other stuff we do? Life sucks for the veterans right now. They need all the work they can get. I have a lot of guys I want to bring in for you. I'm already talking to people for Christmas weekend. I'm talking to people for March. I'm running out of days of the week. Wow. Ooh.
Oof. The end of this match is a lot better than the rest of it. The beginning, I guess I could say. But I thought overall the show so far has been very, very good.
Yeah. Oh, I like that spot.
See what's going on over here.
Shades of the cowboy Bob Orton right there. I'd love to have Bob in studio. Bob has got so many great stories. Ivar of the Viking Raiders in WWE loves my Bob Orton imitation. He doesn't know who is who when Bob and I are together, which is always good for some laughs. Yeah. How you doing? No, I went and saw Randy. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the spot where they all run at each other and throw fists and
A fisticuffs. Am I the only one that thinks that those tights are somewhat like the Budweiser cans?
kind of.
Kind of. All right, you put me over a little bit. Where's the other stiff?
He'll get the pin, I bet. Because if he's going to be out of this brawl, I bet he's going to come in and do some bullshit.
Bobby Fish refuses to take off his T-shirt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's going to do the bit. Where did he go?
Up to the top.
No, but I mean, how did he get there?
He climbed.
What did he sneak up on the other side of the ring, or?
Yeah.
All right.
It's like how
He's
sometimes
exhausted.
Like sometimes I sneak up on you when you're on the computer out there, and you don't hear me coming through the hallway.
The hallway.
Oh, you missed. They announced another one of those NXT specials on January 6th. Get
As
this.
as on USA Network special?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think the next NXT TakeOver is early February, if I remember right.
But here's the kicker
Did
about
they
it.
announce that or no?
No. Here's the weird thing.
What do we
They're
got?
calling it New Year's Evil. But why would you have something built around like New Year's Eve 5 days after or 6 days after? You know what I mean?
It's still relatively the new year.
Yeah, but I'd rather do it December 30th, where it's technically the day before New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I mean the 31st. If
But the 30th is on a
USA
Wednesday.
was, I mean, if NXT was on Wednesday night that week on the 31st, I would say that'd be a bad night to do just about anything.
But I'd rather do it a day before than 6 days after.
I got you.
You know what I mean? It's just if you had to choose to do a New Year's Eve show the day before or a week after, I mean, seems more relevant the day before New Year's Eve itself.
Well, this is a good one. Danny Jimenez says, Nasty Boys are worth the trouble. You need to have them on at least once a week. Once a week? Do you know how much it costs to get these guys in here and fly them in and put them in a hotel? Brother, get on the Patreon. Then your input means even that much more. Now, could we bring them in?
What?
Like we have Marty Jannetty, several, in clusters. I know you wouldn't mind 2 or 3 days with the Nasty Boys in a row. here at the studio, would you?
I might do a glance and disappear for those days because
Kevin, I agree with you. I would love to have Don Morocco. Problem is, Don is a really bad back, and the flight from Hawaii to the mainland is really bad for him. I think, if anything, Socko and I would have to go to Hawaii and tape the interview with him. Now, wouldn't that be a field trip?
that's much better than Auburn, Maine to do at your house. A lot more scenic than the trees. Do you have a fear of volcanoes?
Do I?
Yeah.
I've never been close enough to be afraid of one.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That
One,
pin in the middle of the
2.
two rings. I like that.
That happened in the women's match.
Oh, well. You know what? If it's good once, why not try it twice, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because the ending of the women's match was one of them was on the top rope with the other, and she power bombed her through the
It was
ladder.
unbelievable.
It was.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I was waiting for the H word.
Now, you don't want to overdo it. Looks like there's a big WWE 24 coming up with Keith Lee. As he prepares to make his Raw debut, he reflects on his incredible 15-year journey and his incredible 15 weeks in WWE, where he went from an instant main eventer to someone that's pretty much another 50-50 guy that loses one week and wins the next, and then you can bask in his glory as he discusses his 3 failed WWE tryouts. The watch along not continue for that. But you guys can keep watching if you want and tell me how you like it.
We can watch their watch along. Right?
Start time, it looks like it's going to be 9:53. Oh, it's a little late. It's already 9:58 according to the official phone.
You could tell they're over time because they scheduled that. They probably scheduled the ending of the show for like what? Probably like 9:50, around there.
I've noticed that time in the upper hand corner keeps changing.
Who?
Fox guy says he doesn't fear volcanoes, just kittens. Talking about me.
Oh, you. I forgot about
Up in
your fear
Auburn,
of
Maine,
kittens.
yes. Well, it's not exactly kitten. It wasn't was it a kitten? I don't know. You've seen the footage. Unaltered, unedited.
Oh, Jesus. Spear. Bang. Sometimes you got to watch out for those metal on the tables.
Without a doubt. I mean, Finley, it pretty much ended his career for many, many, many years going through a table with, I believe he was working Brian Knobs.
Oh, Jesus.
Baby.
Or big.
Baby. Eat him, baby. No, I hate that. That's such an unbelievable move.
The
Unrealistic.
Panama Sunrise.
Yeah.
1, 2. Oh, please. Pat McAfee's not.
Now, what was the name of the guy that started doing that? The Canadian Destroyer.
Wasn't
Petey
that the-
Williams and TNA started doing it. And then I think everybody in wrestling realized what a phony, unrealistic looking move it was. But for whatever reason, Goldust in his early 50s has the athletic ability to do it now that he's sober and in better shape. So someone at NXT said, well, you know what? I got to do it. I got to try it too. And I hate when everybody does it. It's not a move that you could do to a human being in real life. Oh, wait a minute. Now, see, you could take down your knee pad and knee someone in the face in real life.
Oh. See, this match is going on too long.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, you got to
Well, I
add.
missed a lot of it. So, but I mean, from what I
Ooh.
from
But
what
you
I've
have to
seen,
add in. You know how war games they go in and out, and like every 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So you got to add in all that, and this.
Ooh,
Tossed them up high.
twist them.
Ooh, I like that.
Little total elimination action right there.
Can you say it in the joke? Who said it in that crazy voice? I don't know.
Joey Styles, the commentator you talking about? Who got the pinfall? Kyle O'Reilly, the man that had that
O'Reilly pins.
classic with Finn Balor earlier this year. Was that a takeover?
Yeah.
That was excellent. That was the match that Finn's mouth got all messed up.
Yeah.
Well, again, fans, if you love Undisputed Era, if you love Finn Balor, if you love NXT, seriously, hit the eBay store for your wrestling collection for Christmas time, to give as a gift to yourself, to give as a gift to a friend, a loved one. We got some awesome eBay. We've got some awesome Undisputed Era and NXT stuff in the eBay store. And again, don't forget the 9th annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. It's ongoing through the big day itself. Head on over to BostonWrestling.com for that. This Friday night, the Warlord will be with us live in studio. This Saturday night, the Native American Tatanka joins us for the very first time in studio. Then this Sunday night, for the first time in 8 years, the brand new Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, Rich Swann, will be with us live in studio. Forget about that championship belt. Rich is going to have 15 pounds of gold with him. We're going to have fun with the virtual autograph signings. If you've missed any of the virtual autograph signings, don't worry. VIP packages are available that will include autograph photos from everyone. As noted, look at this. I've got about 100 Savio Vega and Quang photos right over here alone. We've got them from everybody. We can fill those packages and hopefully get them to you by Christmas, as long as you get your order in by December the 19th. You can also rewatch the live virtual with the interview itself and get the autograph photos individually of Leo Rush, Marty Jannetty, Tony Atlas, Savio Vega, Knobs and Sags the Nasty Boys, the dear friends of the Degmans. They will be hopefully spending some time around the holidays in Milford and with Nancy.
You thought I was bad. Imagine what Nancy would do.
You don't think Nancy would be a fan?
But as we saw in the main event, Undisputed Era beat Team McAfee. I was 4-1 in my predictions. The only one I didn't get was the triple threat nonsense.
Now, Harkemy beat us to the punch.
What?
We didn't even ask for the ratings yet, and he threw out a 7 out of 10.
I was about to get there.
Oh, all right.
I wanted to just recap the night and then do this.
All right. Brian Duffy, 8 out of 10.
Whoa.
Ken, maybe a 9 out of 10. They're out of control. You do the recap, brother.
Okay, well, I'm waiting for you to stop. So I'm going to go an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really good show. There was not a bad match.
No.
The only thing, I would have gone to a 9. 2 things that were a little pet peevish. This was a little long. The main event, just a little bit. You could tell they went like 10 minutes over. Remember I told you end at 10 anyway? So 8 out of the 2 things was the bullshit and the triple threat with the people getting involved. I thought that was a little
scream masks, yeah.
And the main event just being a tad long. Other than those 2 things, to move it up to a 9, I thought I gave it a solid 8 out of 10. Mr. Dan?
I'm leaning more towards a 7.
Okay.
Other than the war, and I didn't even see. My problem is I didn't see the entire War Games match with the guys. Like you said, there wasn't a bad match. Is it a show I'd want to run back and watch again anytime soon? Not especially. Did I enjoy watching it live? Absolutely. I thought the men's War Games match was really good. I didn't think there was anything not all that good. You know, I'm tough on the women's wrestling, as you know, but, you know, those ladies went out there and worked awfully hard. The triple threat match, I really didn't appreciate the comedy of all the scream masks. I don't quite understand what it is, but even that, I wouldn't have ended Leon's run so quick, but they didn't ask my opinion. So I go with a long-winded 7 out of 10. Socko, I think it's time you start to give the wrap-up of the show.
All right, well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
You really went into the wrap-up quick.
For War Games 2020, we'll be back Tuesday night.
What time?
We're 9 with our Raw wrap-up or recap, review, whatever you want to call it, and then 10 o'clock, Tony's back in studio for another episode with him. Then after that, we're Thursday and Friday. Thursday, we got our AEW and NXT review. If we get to it this week, I know we didn't.
We will.
All right, okay. Then after that, we party with Marty at 10 o'clock. And then once that Thunderdome goes down, the other Thunderdome comes up with John Cena Sr. at 10 o'clock right after SmackDown. So
You're also forgetting a big Wednesday night with a little person.
I forget that one. Leo, 10 o'clock. But if you want to party with Marty, hang out with Tony, if it's the rush time, the rush hour, join us. Or you want to see the piece, John Cena Sr., join us this week. Check out our other social medias right under the description of the video. From Dan, I'm Matt. Have a good night. Thank you for watching.
And if you want to see Johnny's other piece, I guess tune in to Ms. and Mrs.
We don't need that.
All right, let me go cut that off, Socko, as we're still live and you just abandoned the set. Thank you. That's always appreciated.
They're going to tune out anyway.
There were 619 people watching at its peak, and you walk off.